just reminded I can't hold the way that I used to love you. Your mother told me I would never be of any use to you. I just wish that you would pick up your telephone to me. I just wish that you would pick up your telephone to me. once when you said I was always the first. But I don't really care, cause you were always saying those things to me. I just wish that you would pick up your telephone to me. I just wish that you would pick up your telephone to me. Tied our hands cause it was the first thing that we always decided to do. And I will never hold back when it comes to complimenting you. I just wish that you would pick up your telephone to me. I just wish that you would pick up your telephone to me.
sun goes down on Friday, and the air is getting vibey. Meeting buddies down the corner. Way to go, let's get this party started. And everybody go, oh yeah. Say oh yeah. Feel the rhythm of the dance floor. Oh yeah. Say oh yeah. And tonight we paint the town red. Everyone is just a wild child. Gonna dance until I drop dead. Have a ball as if there were no tomorrow. And everybody go, oh yeah. Say oh yeah. Feel the rhythm of the dance floor. Oh yeah. Say oh yeah. Dance in the moonlight, like crazy in the streets till the sunrise. Yeah, we're riding the spotlight tonight, tonight. When everybody's watching, we're just doing one thing. We dance, we dance, we dance, we dance, we dance, we dance, we. Feel the rhythm of the dance floor. Oh yeah. And everybody go, oh yeah. Say oh yeah. Feel the rhythm of the dance floor. Oh yeah. Say oh yeah.
By someone that tomorrow I'll be blind. I draw the face, the sun till my eyes burn dark. Why should I define inside things that won't abide? Bittersweet memories abide. Just one more look at you.
so connected, even though oceans apart. You are the person I call home.
What?
Need to be near you to feel closer to your heart. Without you, there's no place to go. I don't know where I end or where you start, because I just want to be one. I need for you to know that from the start you weren't alone, cause you're the one. Give me wings to fly, to lift you up and away, to save us from this pain. Oh, let us both be swept away, swept away. Your wings to fly, no more chasing the day. There's some hiding away, and let us both be swept away, swept away, swept away.
I'll always be there even when you fall apart. I'll always help you find your way. When all the lights are gone, I'll be there in the dark. My love for you is here to stay.
And every time I feel I want you by my side, so you can feel it too. I want you to see the things I see, and when you smile, I'm smiling too. Give me wings to fly, to lift you up and away, to save us from this pain. Oh, let us both be swept away, swept away. Your wings to fly, no more chasing the day. There's some hiding away, and let us both be swept away, swept away, swept away. Your wings to fly, no more chasing the day. There's some hiding away, and let us both be swept away, swept away, swept away.
It's like a wild wind. It moves me. Can't hide, cannot escape. You drive me so
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
DreamLeague Season 15 Western Europe DPC is brought to you by Intel, DHL, and DreamHack.
I am Rasmus, and I play for Hellbear Smashers.
Hello, my name is Aiden, also known as Insania. I am the team captain of Team Liquid.
My name is Skylark.
and I play for Team Bream.
My name is Adrian, my nickname is Fata, and I play for Tundra Esport.
My name is Johan Sunstein. People know me as Snowtail, and I play for Team OG.
I'm Limp. I play mid for Team Alliance.
My name is Xantek. I'm from the United Kingdom. I play position 2 for Into the Bridge for my creep wave.
Hello everyone, I'm Milan from Team Ghost Frogs.
Hello, my nickname is Sedney and I'm with position 5 for Czech team Romania.
Hello, I am Daki. I am 21 years old and I play mid for No Bounty Hunt.
My name is Miroslav Bukan. You probably know me by my nickname Boom. I play for Team Viking GG and I play mid.
Ghost Frogs are ready for the DreamLeague. Guys, come watch us. Let's have fun together.
The Vikings are ready for DreamLeague.
Probably was going to be killed pretty quickly by OG. Very hard to get a successful egg off this game.
Zai has Blink now, so finally he does have a form of initiation rather than just walking in and dying. Tops him.
The Euros dodge, they dropped.
He's got the Blink.
Oh, the Blink!
Oh, that's all 3 ults.
Oh, that's all 3 ults!
Oh my god.
3 ults done and gone. Nothing achieved there by Secret. They've got to run.
Oh my god. The combo.
Oh, who's done? But the kiss is coming in. And the curse is going to come out. And Xantek, he's still alive. He's out.
Oh, he's out.
The Essence ring. He's able to get away from it all. As now, of course, into the breach, they're ready to turn and fight. That's, again, a fair few of the ultimates dropped here by Hippomaniacs and not able to, unfortunately for themselves, achieve a single kill in that attempt. And now the fight continues and they'll just lose lives left and right here. They're trying to jump at Xantek, but with the remnants, he's away. Curry's Stone Gaze about to come to an end. Malik's back in with the call. They've caught Curry. As Xantek just sliding around the whole place. Manboss trying to get in for the kill, but the sleight of fist of Xantek's not even going to fall. They don't lose anybody. Right, you know, it isn't something that I imagine Anna would be building himself every day, so a bit of a rare occurrence to get to play with it here.
Yep, doesn't mean that's on cooldown for 40 seconds. Slaughter on the front.
To get the Dark Pack off the time, now the golden shot down. This time, that's the combo you've got to be looking for. That's the team fight that they've been trying to find for pretty much the entire game, and they get it there. Everything dropped down. 3 heroes on OG immediately explode, and they're going to be able to get even more. Jump over towards No-Tail, he'll grave himself, but Matthew's punching away, building up the Essence Shift stacks. A Secret, they take down 4.
We had a very exciting day in Dota 2 last Saturday, and that's why today we're going to have a little bit more of a relaxing Monday, because we have one series only coming your way today. It is, however, a very exciting series. It's in the lower division of the Western European DPC League, and we are going to see none other than Viking taking on Team Bald GG. No, Viking GG, Team Bald Reborn. Don't know why I did that. But it should be really good. And I hope that you'll join me for the entirety of the show. It will be a good one. Of course, you're watching DreamLeague Season 15 powered by Intel. Let's get started. You're all having a fantastic Monday. And I know for some people Monday is like the least favorite day of the week, but I think that tonight all your thoughts will be on one thing only. It will only be on this Dota series that we got coming your way, so you can forget all about the rest and just sit back and enjoy. And 2 people that will help you enjoy your evening are Tigo and Maxi, who will join me on the panel. Hello!
Hello!
I saw you guys doing squats. What was that about? I thought you hated squats.
I do hate squats.
I was just bored.
We were just like waiting. We weren't sure what to do.
I mean, I didn't know what to do. We had to watch some really cool highlights.
Yeah.
I'd seen them already, and I decided just to start doing some things.
Start doing some weird ones too, like turn it to the side, lean a little bit.
Is that like not bad for your knees or something?
I don't know, but I think my chair is broken. I'm very wobbly.
Oh wow, it is. That
is very wobbly.
Just don't move.
Do we have a replacement chair? I think we have one extra.
You know, I just stand because it's about the same height.
Oh, I do. Oh, nice.
No,
Thank you.
I'll be a gentleman. Bye-bye.
Production saved us. Woo!
Who was sitting there yesterday?
I don't know, but I sat down.
Yesterday was a
it was
ESL day. So everybody was
I got you a
standing.
chair.
Thank you. Oh, what a gentleman here. Thank you. It's just what I always wanted, guys.
No, the question is
it wobbling? No, it feels a little bit better. Let's see.
This is the one that Carl broke. Remember Carl had the squeaky one the other day?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, maybe the wrong chair is just...
I'm feeling safe
Does that
now.
make sound?
This one's fine. No, this is good.
So the wrong chair was just put back.
Yeah.
You don't have to, go on a hunt on who was sitting there last Saturday to...
Ooh, Detective Sheaver.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's
That was
me. That's just me. Like,
I know.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. All right, let's talk Dota, because we got some lower division series coming your way. Just one, actually. And we can take a look at the standings and see first, get a feel of the playing field, see the standings. And so far, Viking undefeated, Moxie.
Yeah, I mean, they are the team that technically should not be in lower, is what people will say. But they've definitely proven it in this lower division. They have not dropped a game. They're looking very, very strong. And I think everybody knows that, like, if you want to get up to that top spot, you gotta take down Viking.
Yeah, and they didn't drop a series, but they did drop a game. They actually were the only team to drop a game against Hippos.
The Hippo Maniacs, that's right.
Yes, and they started the season also with a loss of one game to level up. I am baffled by the amount of evenness we see between position 3 and 70. It's such a level playing field.
It's kind of refreshing, I think, because like last season we had a bit more of a bigger gap between the top and the bottom, and this season, like, it's Viking, level up, and then everyone else is a little bit closer together, which is it's good for the kind of lower division scene, having that kind of depth of competition. And I think importantly, we saw Team Bob. They're 2-2 right now.
Yeah.
This series today, jokes aside, they are playing against one of the best teams in lower division, or the best team. If they beat Viking in some way, their ability to get to upper division is very, it's very clear. They have to then beat level up. And then they have to beat Hippomaniacs. So if they win today, the ability to get to upper division is clear.
Yeah.
So if you want Gorg to be in upper division, this series win is critical. Because without this, if they lose today, we're now talking about tiebreakers for elimination, and it's the completely other story. That's how important this series is for Baldwin going up or going down.
Yeah, but realistically, they're going to get a win to Hippomaniacs regardless. So I think that regarding elimination, I don't think they're that close.
I mean,
right?
Hippomaniacs, they can surprise us. They took a game
true.
of Viking. They've had glimmers of hope.
That's true.
Bald is also, they're either like kind of fun to watch, or they're quite not so fun to watch. Putting it nicely. Sorry. They're very volatile, but it's refreshing. I like the volatility.
Yes, and let's start by talking about Viking first, because they are coming in here as the favorite. And the mid laner of Viking is Boom, and we sat down with him earlier.
Them losing literally all 3 corners in the span of 40 seconds.
He's found himself a little extra play mid.
One day I decided to quit high school, so that was kind of like my decision to, I want to become a pro, and that's what I want to do.
He tries to get in, but he's just 3 shy from Boom.
Flips too. When I quit high school, my parents didn't like it at all, so I had to move out from my parents' house. I had to move to my friend, actually, that lived like 100 kilometers away. I had no money, nothing, so my friend just let me stay there for free almost, He made me food and he cooked for me, he took care of me, he believed in me, we even played together, like early in my career. I don't think I would be where I am today if it wasn't for him. I think I would have ended up homeless or something, or just like getting a 9-to-5 job somewhere that I didn't like.
Take another triple kill for Boom.
Even my family couldn't stop me from becoming a professional player. So right now I don't think anyone can stop me from getting to TI and maybe one day even lifting the Aegis.
Muff will go down. Ultra kill for Boom. And Mambos, he tried to jump in, but it's straight into the Static Storm. It's going to be a team wipe.
Lifting the Aegis is, of course, the goal of many a pro. Can Boom do it? Well, we'll see. I'm not sure if this year will be the year for him as Viking. They have looked good. The question is, at this point, not can they make it to the major, because we know they cannot, but can they qualify in the qualifiers for TI? That is a tough ask, because there's a lot of good teams in there. But at the moment, Viking, Moxie, they are still top dogs here of the lower division. I think that's kind of like maybe the curse of Viking. They've always been, or the last year and a half, they've been the best of the rest.
They've kind of been back and forth, right? They're a little bit on the fence and whatnot. They made some roster changes as well. Kind of had to get adjusted to that patch. And, you know, they finally feel like they found their stride. Definitely, you know, it is going to be still a bit of a battle struggle, but, you know, that's kind of the nice thing, too, about having these qualifiers, right, is the fact, or the, you know, lower DPC into qualifiers, is you have these storylines now, which you can follow, and you can say, like, oh, man, I was watching them. I know, like, they're really good at this, but you start to build that all up, and then, you know, maybe a fairy tale story happens. I mean, that would be incredible. Do we know if it's going to happen? We're not sure. We're still not sure what the qualifiers actually are going to be, what they entail, all of that. But it's fun to follow, for sure.
It definitely is. On the other side, they are, of course, going up against Team Bald Reborn. And we sat down with 5 up of that team.
Azantic, he's in with a stun. Gorg's going to die in the front lines as well. As a terrible start to the fight there for Team Bald.
Hello, my name is 5 up. I'm playing for Team Bald and I'm in position 4/5.
Him down. All right.
Oh my god, he got the shard.
5 up, recovering the game. MVP here. But
you better
Team
tip.
Bald, he just got the cheese, the Aegis, and the shard.
My nickname story was like kind of randomly as well. After I started with solo queue, I was like grinding up and I reached 4k. It was actually kind of big back in the days for me. After I got my 5k MMR, I was like just randomly naming myself 5 up.
Thug with the BKB pot trying to chase down Gorg, but Gorg is able to kite him. He's stepping away from Thug. Now he's in. Thug does get the ult off in time.
The fun fact is, like 1 or 2 years ago, I didn't even knew there's a competition in Dota. I was just like randomly getting into it at TI 7 when Kuroki won actually the Aegis. And then I just saw like, okay, there's a competitive way to play Dota, and I want to get into it.
He plays out. Thug, is he able to heal up? Oh, RP! Malik, he's in just in time for the RP! 5 up's in with a counterplay! As 5 up finds the steal, Team Bald gets the cleanup yet again!
I'm 5 up from Team Bald, and I'm ready for DreamLeague.
Yeah, he gained 5k MMR. That's why he calls himself 5 up. I hope that I at some point get 5 MMR already. I mean, that's that's a big ask already here. I have to say, I'm actually fairly impressed with Bald. If you take a look at their start to the season, wasn't great. We know that they're a team that doesn't scrim, and the first 2 series that they played, it reflected that. They looked lost, and then they had a series against No Bounty, and it was actually 2 weeks ago today, because we were here on this desk on the Monday night. The first game they played looked atrocious, and then something clicked. They started playing together, and since then they have not lost.
Yeah, I think this is a team where they rely heavily on individual skill to get them through, because of course, like they've mentioned many times, they aren't scrimming, they aren't putting in the time to really become a team. They're just like a stack. And like you can see it as well in like if you ever watch, you know, the Gorg's insight into it, they're drafting, they're talking about what they're going to eat for dinner, how they're vibing, and like the other team's probably like, okay, so if they pick Bounty Hunter, we're going to go for this and that. They're a little bit more chill. But yeah, for me, Team Bald, I think Excalibur, Rajik's 5 up. They're the key 3 that have just kind of shone in this lower division. And it's just, just individual flair that is week by week. You naturally get more scrim time because you're playing the officials, right? So yeah, they should get better as the DPC comes to its conclusion.
I'm pretty sure I saw Gork on the phone during one of the drafts,
Yeah.
and Rajix was frantically like trying to get his attention.
Yes,
Like, you
we saw
gotta
that
draft
too.
now, boss. Come on, and you know they're definitely something.
Yeah, and there's some teams that are talking about what they're gonna have for dinner during the draft. There are some teams that are curious what they should draft and go to Twitter to find their answers. That is what Celery did of Team Viking. He tweeted, "What hero shall we feature in our game versus Bald tomorrow?" Which is of course today. I'm happy to say that I voted for Pudge. It looks like the person whose Twitter this is voted for Pudge as well.
I voted Tinker.
Why?
Because this is why. I'm not seeing it as like a defensive Tinker. I'm seeing it as they're going to have like an active heroes. They're going to just keep TPing and going, fight. And I wanted to see like an aggressive style of Tinker because, of course, the better team should have better pacing. But, of course, you know, majority vote, Pudge wins. Will they be true to their word?
Or will this be you know, the mind games. And now they'll have to ban Pudge.
I don't think they're going.
No,
No,
I don't think so.
I just don't think that would happen. If anything, I think Bald would probably maybe even pick Pudge before Viking can.
I was actually also impressed that Bald was able to win with a Luna last week, and that actually got every member of Team Bald a sub from Kyle. Kyle on the panel last Saturday when we were talking about what was coming your way today, he said, well, if Bald manages to win this series, he will gift 100 subs. Now, he didn't specify who he will give those subs to. It could be me, for all you know. It's not going to be me, but it could be Kezu, you know?
Yeah.
We don't know, but there's 100 extra subs on the line for someone.
Yeah, I feel like he should probably give it to one of the up-and-comers of the team. I think, of course, Gorg's the easy answer, but maybe giving it to like Radjik, for example, top lad, very nice guy. Maybe he should get the 100 subs if they were to win. Or better than that, just the MVP. How about we...
Ooh, MVP vote.
So, like, if Bald's to win, we then get to vote who's the best player.
What if we all vote 3 different players? I say Radjik, you say Excalibur, you say 5 up.
We get Twitch chat involved.
Twitch chat will always say Gorg.
Yeah.
Sorry, Twitch
It's rigged then.
I respect your support for your favorite
we
person.
have observers. We can get Carl on the phone.
True.
Again, this is if Bald wins, by the way.
Yes.
And
they could.
Would you say their chances are that low? Because we've seen Viking be shaky at times.
you know what? We could maybe answer that after the break, Shiva.
That sounds like a great plan, because we do have a break coming your way right now, because we are ready for the draft of the first game of this best of 3. So stay tuned for Viking versus Team Bald Reborn after the break.
Where did you go when I called your name? Since you've been gone, it's like I'm insane. I can feel you near and yet so far away. I want you so much more than I can say. It's gotta be the story of my life. I'm standing at the doors to paradise. I'm waiting for somebody heavenly to let me in. It's gotta be the story of my life. I'm knocking at the door all day, all night. I'll give away my heart, I'll give it all just to let me in. I'm on a search for my chosen one. I'm on a search till the end of time. In my heart you're near, but you're so far away. I want you so much more than I can say. It's gotta be the story of my life. I'm standing at the doors to paradise. I'm waiting for somebody heavenly to let me in. It's gotta be the story of my life. I'm knocking at the door all day, all night. I'll give away my heart, I'll give it all just to let me in. Wherever I go, I'm calling you. It's gotta be the story of my life. I'm standing at the doors to paradise. I'm waiting for somebody heavenly to let me in. It's gotta be the story of my life. I'm knocking at the door all day, all night. I'll give away my
It is drafting time for Viking GG and Team Bald Reborn. You are watching Dream League Season 15, powered by Intel, and this is the lower division of the Western European DPC League. We got Viking sitting at a 4-0 record at the moment, and Bald is sitting at a 2-2, meaning this series is especially important for Team Bald because they want to continue being on the upside of that magical line, that of one which doesn't earn prize money and the other one does win prize money. So you want to be in the top 6, and so far they're looking good to take that, but they got to keep winning. Let's see what the draft has in store for us. We got to have Moxie and T here talk about some Dota with us as well. It's gonna be good. But, well, it was until the draft didn't appear before our very eyes.
Draft.
Where are you?
Womp, 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 womp.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Very sad. All right.
I want to see that Pudge.
I
Give me that
also want to see Pudge. I don't think we will, though. I mean, will
Really?
we? Well, maybe
think
if they're one game up.
We've got the draft. There you
Wow.
go. Very vocal.
Some big chonky boys are on the side of Viking right off the bat, huh?
Wasn't Viking the team that also tried running the Centaur support, or was that me just being...
They ran... Yeah, they did. They had an Aramis Centaur versus Hippomaniacs. That was the game they lost.
Ah, yes. Well, hopefully the creativity there doesn't bleed into this game. But what we have to really understand coming into the series is simply Viking, of course, is the favorites. They've already started putting a couple memes on Twitter about this series. The idea of, the Kyle sub sting, what heroes to play. So are they going to be taking this at like 110% like they would do if it was any other team? You'd hope so.
I'd hope so, but I think the moment that we see a Pudge appear, I'm going to doubt it.
Okay, then you're going to doubt it. All right.
All right, there's also something else at play that I feel like I should mention, because there's obviously a lot of streamers on the side of Team Bald, right? And that gives them a lot of extra eyeballs on a lower division series just in general. And on Viking, there are some people that, well, Kezu obviously a successful streamer. The rest are small-time streamers, mostly, or at least a couple of them.
Up-and-comers, yeah.
Up-and-comers. So there's two ways they can go about this. Either they want to show that they're better and they're going to absolutely stomp them, right? Or at least try to stomp them. Or they're going to play around a little bit to get more airtime.
A publicity stunt, one might say. Like a Rumble in the jungle sort of setup. Could see, the both of them like milking it a little bit, giving them lots of airtime, a little bit goofy, a little bit silly.
I was going to say, I think this entire question is based on the fact that they changed their official sponsor.
What? Who?
If you look at, no, that's what I mean. If you look at the Viking players,
yeah,
at the end of their name, none of them have changed it to like .tv or anything. So
that's true.
They haven't leaned into the stream game too heavily.
Man, they could have gone full on meme.
They could have.
They could have. They didn't. Missing out.
Every time they pause, they can promote one of the.
Are you allowed to type in chat?
I don't know, actually.
Other than the reason for why you pause?
I feel there's probably
Depends on the admin.
It also depends on what you're typing, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
you should be able to say, like, pause, bathroom.
Oops,
or
sorry, just was my macro for post game to link my Twitch. My bad, sorry. Oops.
See, that is the way.
Yeah. Bristleback, though, I like this hero.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a little gem of the patch. Not really picked too heavy. I know in SCA it's picked quite a lot in the carry role, but the idea that when you pick up the more tankier offlaners, they are annoying in regards to like skipping waves, but they don't really apply damage and pressure. And I like the idea of Bristleback being that hero that can also just ramp up the tempo, farm quick stats, and when Centaur has like Vanguard +1, the Bristle also has this, but Bristle's an aggressor, while Centaur's more of like a kind of a lane shover / initiator.
Where's the Witch Doctor at, though? We got some real tanky, beefy boys on this, and Witch Doctor seems to be the flavor of the patch and dealing with it.
That's
Phoenix,
true,
right? The fact that they do percentage-based damage, because I feel like we've seen Necrophobes a couple times now. I don't really love it. I don't feel like it does enough.
But Pablo and 5UP, they're both position 4 players.
True.
Will they like the Witch Doctor? Will they think it is packing enough of a punch?
I'd hope so, because it is pretty good here. Now, Viking hasn't banned it, right?
Yeah,
This means in this pick here, if they want to play it, they'll pick it right now. No, they go for the SD instead. ET most likely going to be the 5 in this scenario, with the SD and the Centaur being the offlane duo. You want to naturally have ranged heroes behind Centaur, because the amount of pressure he applies within existing, you want to have that guy also kind of chipping damage and double melee offlane. It isn't really the kind of the flavor of the month.
Shadow Demon is so good right now. And then, he's got a save, he's got ways of stacking, and then he's also got, once he gets the Ags online, he's got the multiple instances of break. Like, I can't believe that they left it in the pool if they were going to go for Bristleback, honestly.
Again, it's like a pacing thing, right? Like the scenario you applied is also like kind of a 25-30 minute type situation. So sure. Bristol's going to have a okay time before that. And then Shiva mentioned the idea of the support players. They're both 4 players. They both have hero pools, which are very alike. They don't really lean towards more of the harder 5s. And that's why we are seeing the Willow, the Earth Spirit. These are just
That's Pablo going to be
compatible.
playing the Dark Willow, right?
Yeah, most likely.
usually plays the Earth Spirit. Okay.
Yeah, Team Ball, they're a team. Okay, they realize, of course they're a team. Oh, there's a cat. Hello, cat.
One thing, the last thing Team Ball Reborn picked Willow, the other support that they had alongside it, Pudge. There you go. Just want to point that out. They're probably one of the only teams that played Pudge.
5-up is known for his Pudge. Like, if you think about 5-up, it is Pangolier, it is Pudge, it is, and then I think Rubik is in a close third behind that. Maybe Earthroot as well. But yeah, Team Board, they're a team that hasn't really been able to practice too much. So the key thing for them in their draft, which what they've learned over the series is, or season, having strong fighting lanes that have easy to understand kind of collapsing timings.
Oh, yeah.
These are the type of heroes that will bully in lane, but then just want to fight and go.
I forgot that Earth Spirit was a thing when I said Pudge.
I didn't want to point it out, Shiva.
Yeah, I saw you. I saw you were looking, and I'm like, "What is he? What is he gonna say?" But
I'm
I'm just
throw you under the bus.
I mean, you can throw me under the bus. Feel free. If I'm messing up, you can just say, "Sheev."
So yesterday, right?
I appreciate it, but you're wrong.
We were on a panel with Brian, right?
Yeah.
And I basically, I said to Brian, I was like, Brian, I'm going to give you a question, and then the camera wasn't on us, but I gave him the answer, so it looked like we were doing a smart back and forth.
Yeah.
But then Brian didn't read my fingers correctly. And
he said 17.
He was like, 17! I was like, Brian! And like, I was trying to give him the hint off stream to help him on stream.
How much did you say?
I'd done this.
It was very clear. Fogd and I were sitting over the casting desk, and we both face-palmed when he did that.
It's like the same thing right here, you know, I was trying to give you the subtle hint.
It wasn't that subtle. You could literally say it.
Okay, that's fine.
But
we don't want to throw each other under the bus here on this panel. This is a wholesome panel.
I could also just block the screen.
But I like it to know when I'm wrong.
That's true.
Don't worry, I'll go side check him out of the way. But I want to know what the Excalibur hero is. I want to know what the Gork hero. Gork hero could possibly be the Bristleback, right? You could be putting that as
I'd like
position.
Yeah. I want to see Gorgon Bristle though. I think that is critical for this team to perform well.
But is it going to be an Eternal Shroud Bristleback, or is it going to be a Heart Bristleback?
I mean, both are pretty tanky.
Two different ones. What do you think works best in this
Shroud?
Wait, which one is the core?
Okay, so right now, how the draft's panning out
Oh
is
yeah,
going to be
Hoodwink. Yeah, you're right.
off-lane Hoodwink with an Earth Spirit, with the Bristleback and the Willow in another lane, with Excalibur getting last pick. The Bristleback most likely will go for a Shroud, just to have a bit more tankiness against the magic damages. And it's going to be strong laning phase, a lot of aggression. You're going to have a lot of poke and prod. And then they can easily do Roshan because of Goo stacking up on Roshan. And that's going to be their main timing. Excalibur will have... I would like to see him on maybe... a Morphling or something. Just give him more win condition, but...
I feel like you just don't let him have Morphling because he's so good with that hero. He's had how many victories now when they pick it up for him?
1, 2.
Look at how they're drafting.
Only
Okay,
2? I thought
there's
there
the
was more
ban.
than that. Okay,
I mean, they've only won 4 games. It's 50% win rate.
Oh,
that's not true. 100% win rate.
Oh boy, the maths are not so great today. I love the fact you guys can't see it, but T is actually
It is 100% because I didn't pick it when they lost, sorry.
T is pacing in front of us and gesturing. It's like attending a lecture on Dota. It's pretty,
I'm just,
pretty fascinating.
I'm having a little waddle.
I can give also the reason I've not had any sugar today.
I'm Shiva, I want my snacks.
I want my snacks.
So she was trying to not snack in the green room. It's been about an hour since she started, and she's already broken.
It is so hard.
It's been an hour.
It's very difficult. There's a lot of snacks. Moxie can confirm.
There are so many snacks, and I like it that way. Please do not remove them. Please leave them here for us. The rest of us are very much enjoying our sour candies and whatnot.
So Viking in their draft right now, they lack a little bit of damage because they exist well in lanes. They rely heavily on the kind of explosive nature of Tiny, plus the ET Spirit to kill anyone. But outside of that, it's a lot of kite and poke and prod. And they do have last pick to give Shad this perfect hero to play behind that wall of kind of defensive aggression that they have. Bald's bans are actually really good for this. I think Drow and Medusa, these two big ranged right clickers, when you have so many frontline heroes, these are actually doing really good for Vikings. So I respect Bald's bans. They're very, very strong for sure.
We still, of course, have the famed Luna in the pool.
Yeah, but Gork's already playing the Bristle most likely with Rajix on the Hoodwink, so we need something that's going to be.
They can be a little flexible.
What will Excalibur play?
What will?
What
yes.
will Excalibur play?
10 seconds remaining.
What will Excalibur play?
I mean, we're going to find out right now.
Leshrac.
Okay.
That's a strong hero. That's
This is-
very early momentum too.
Pace, fight, poke, prod, tiny compressor lane in regards to just the early, a couple levels, but then you can never stop Leshrac from in the jungle. And it aligns to this whole idea of Leshrac's so strong when he's with like Slardars for Roshan. That's what the Bristleback brings. Yeah, and whew.
I mean,
where's your lockdown? You're gonna get AM.
But this is kind of worrying in the fact that Team Bald, they banned out active cores that can play behind the aggression, and then they obviously leave anti-mage, but it does give them a really big window for Bald. If they win their laning phase, get an Aegis on Leshrac, it offsets anti-mage's presence, and he needs to have like Manta, Battle Fury Manta +1 before he wants to join any fight. And Viking's early damage, it's only Tiny. So if Tiny doesn't have a good game, they're going to be in a 4 protect 1 where the 4 can't really fight and the 1 will be like dodging the big initiation. So I actually like Bald's chances in the draft they got a good 25-minute window just to crush this game.
And considering we've been saying Viking coming in as the favorite of this game, it is very important for Bald to get a good draft to give themselves a good start to this game, right, Moxie?
Yeah, it's got to have components that are easy to execute. The big thing for me is just they have to play together.
Okay.
Because we've seen a lot of times they start off, things are looking good, they get a good team fight, and then they just kind of whoop, whoop, whoop off to their own separate little lands.
Yeah, they are traditionally good in the lanes, and then the real test comes minute 15 to minute 25.
Exactly, yeah. Like if this anti-mage gets to a point where he has like Skadi, Basher, maybe even like a casual BKB just to deal with some of the annoyance, he's going to have a completely free game, and this will be like the Shad show. But yeah, before that, Bald has got a much superior draft to be able to deal with the weaknesses of Vikings. There are a lot of weaknesses with Vikings draft.
And how good of an anti-mage game is this? Like how would you rate this 10th overall picked anti-mage? Because you're giving a little bit of a frowny face with it.
I don't really like it, to be honest, but just because it's the idea that they have 4 heroes. If they had one more active hero to unlock the game to enable anti-mage to farm, I'd like it. But I feel like if they were to lose this game, if any other team played this type of draft of pacing, they could easily pressure this draft on Viking, and it wouldn't be Viking favored for sure. The only reason we would favor Viking right now is because they are, the better team experience.
Just on paper.
Exactly. But once anti-mage gets to that farm, it is a very free game. It's just how does Viking play around that on the map to unlock it? And this will be kind of the testament of, are they truly that strong tier 2 team and how quickly they execute for it.
But you forget too, you can go and disrupt the anti-mage. You can get your own illusions of him, and you can start farming up over with that Shadow Demon, and that's going to help your farm explode faster too.
I was hoping that to go to the game when we did the...
I mean, we are going to the game. We'll be interested to see indeed if Aramis can help with that push, but that all requires on that anti-mage getting a good timing, and I think Bald wants to also get a great timing here in the game. As we are actually in the game. So let's see what's going to happen. Like in terms of lanes, is there any lane in particular that you feel like is the kill lane?
I guess the main thing, going back to the anti-mage point, is... I guess my concerns for the anti-mage pick was more of the idea of the entire draft. But when you think about the laning phase, like you just mentioned, Earth Spirit doesn't really apply a lot of pressure in lane. And then it's this Hoodwink, which is a lot of right-click, but that Earth Spirit Hoodwink combo, this will be the key lane to look at. Can they actually pressure an anti-mage? Because if you can't pressure the anti-mage in laning phase, everything I just said about the whole 4 protect 1 is thrown out the window, because he will get that like 12-minute quick Battle Fury, and now suddenly it's like you're on a clock and Bald will have a lot of issues. So yeah, it's simply how does Rajix, how does 5-up enter the laning phase, pressure anti-mage correctly to unlock their draft to have that 20-minute window of potential confidence.
Well, let's see who wins the fight over the rune.
Get the have fun's dropped here by Radrix, but immediately a disruption here from Aramis. They have the stomp from Keizu. They'll go and drop down the brambles, force out that fairy fire. With Celery now forced back, or kind of just spraying around everything that he can for the time being. Aramis taking a lot of damage as well, but looks like this whole engagement is over and
Wait a second. Is Viking not gonna get the other runes in time? No, they are. No, they're not. They're
maturing.
What?
Who's going to waddle down for them?
they're fermenting. You know, they're getting stronger. And
SD and Willow are both moving towards the area. Willow
I think Willow ignores it.
Yeah, Willow assumed that there wasn't there, so yeah, SD is going to get a couple bounty runes for free.
No, that's very nice for them.
That's really nice.
Is there potential for tri-lane? You're saying that you want to see that that a Hoodwink or Spirit lane do very well, like Pablo going top. Is that an option? Because Bristlebacks generally, I'm sure that Gork will be decently okay on that bottom lane by himself.
Yeah, I feel like potentially starting top as 3 could have been a pretty good play to shut down the anti-mage. He's already, 2 for 3 on CS. He is half HP, to be fair, but yeah, I think starting Willow top maybe could have been a better play to unlock the overall big picture game plan of board. But yeah, starting 2-1-2, it puts a lot more pressure on Earthra and Hoodwink to get that pressure. And Hoodwink isn't really a hero that does it alone. You need that +1, and ET kind of offsets that for sure.
I don't think you want to bring someone up here when you consider they have an Elder Titan. You don't want more bodies, more things for them to walk the spirit through and get that extra punch.
Yeah, it'll be entirely like the idea of you start the lane with it. You do first wave, second wave, you fight, then you TP out back to 2-1-2.
True.
But they kind of missed opportunity now.
Bottom lane, already a lot of harass over here on Gork, but Keizu's got some stacks up, has already picked himself up that stick though, so.
Battle of the streamers. Both teams got pretty prestigious streamers there, Keizu versus Gorg. Whoever gets the kill on either one first will inherit the Dota streaming kingdom.
But who has the cat is the question.
Well, Keizu for sure.
Keizu has a cat. Does Gork have a cat?
I have no idea.
No.
Oh, okay, he does not have a cat.
If he has a cat, he would have had more viewers.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
This is how cats work.
Yes, the infamous cat cam, yes.
Hey, cat cams, the people like those.
It's working out for Keizu.
Clearly.
Yes. Heard it here first. They think that he's only good on stream because of his cat. I think his stream would agree, to be fair. But yeah, so the concerns I had during the draft about the amount of space that they'll need, it's not really coming into effect because Bold isn't able to apply that pressure. I think the idea of how they started their laning phase and how they did go 2-1-2, like we mentioned, there isn't enough pressure being applied to this anti-mage. And they're now going to be relying on the 4 to 5 minute, how do they break down the game to get some advantage? Because CS-wise, Vikings looking pretty healthy.
It doesn't feel like they're really slowing down this anti-mage very much at all.
No.
And you can see too with the Tiny, he's having a good time over in that mid lane. Are seeing some denies though coming up from Lesh. He's pretty neck and neck with that. So that is, important. Excalibur is going to be kind of the person who's going to be able to put pressure on the buildings early on. Nice over here by 5 up. Even gets bashed by Roche.
Yeah, he just did that. An interesting thing here will just be how do they unlock the jungle, pretty much, from Viking and also from Board, because both teams have an ability to farm stacks. Of course, Centaur with Vanguard can farm it pretty quick. Bristle really needs stacks. This is why the hero is so strong, or at least can be strong, is if he can play a strong laning phase and then instantly retreat to having 4 or 5 stacks made up. And that's where Viking are doing a really good job with the Elder Titan, stopping 5 up from just freely making these stacks and having some contest. Yeah, nice aggression so far.
Yeah, what is... Oh, 5 up teleported mid. Ah, let's see if they can get Celery.
He does have boots on Celery.
Oh, what?
And a win.
He grabbed it, yeah. There goes Celery, just cruising on out. See you later, lads.
I mean, that was very optimistic.
Go back in, look at him.
They're trying to get it for Excalibur there, and then fortunately Celery Fruits saw for it. He does have boots Windlace, and he's a zoomy boy. Yeah, laning phase not going exactly how Bald really wanted. Ideally, right now, they'd have at least a couple kills.
I mean, it's hard, right? Because you look at what Vikings got here on the bottom lane. You've got the stun, you've got the disruption. We've seen it a couple times now. It's like a little bit of a close call over here for Excalibur, but he is going to be fine. Doesn't have any regen though, which is a bit tough. So here's a question I have, and we discussed this in the car a couple days ago. When your mid laner doesn't have any sort of regen left, is it worth it to then run at a kind of just use all your spells in another lane as a support and then die, but then teleport back mid and refill the bottle? Is it totally worth it?
Sure.
We're seeing that in Chinese Dota, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's been a thing for, like, it was delicately, kind of loosely done in Season 1, and then kind of being more popularized now in Season 2. But the idea is, yeah, you play out your lane, and then when you have nothing else to do on the map, like, you can't really pull a wave anymore, you can't stop a camp, just get yourself reset, die to something, force out some kind of resource game, and then when you go back to mid, he's just going to have such a free time. It also unlocks the gank, right? Because if you go to mid, give him a free bottle, where are you going to go? You're going to pivot to top lane, to bot lane. It's really hard for the enemy to see. So I would love to see just teams doing it a little bit more, especially on heroes that have that instant kind of explosive potential. Like an Earth Spirit, for example, him being top, going off map, appearing mid, that's so, volatile. But yeah, it's a really kind of underrated mechanic, and I hope to see it a lot more, especially in even upper division. It is very, very good. The tactical feed.
Hey, it's important. Plus, you get a free TP now, too. So, it's not the end of the world. We do see some of those nice stacks getting made, though. Again, Aramis taking care of that triangle very, very nicely. Will be able to provide those to his Tiny or eventually the Anti-Mage. And
yeah, Celery's doing a really good job.
He's just cruising. Look at him.
Yeah, exactly.
So fast.
He's got such a quick tranquil boots, and in the last 2-3 minutes, he's always been scouting out this area of the map. So there aren't any ancient stacks by minute 6. This is pretty devastating for a Bristle type lineup, especially when you're the one with the window. And yeah, all my concerns of the draft for an Anti-Mage completely gone just with how this laning phase went now. He's 42 for 9. He's having a completely free time. He's got the gloves, the Wraith Band, completely just rushing Battle Fury. This is 1v1 happy Anti-Mage.
And I'm just concerned because we're not seeing much stacking coming out from the side of Team Bold here either.
Yeah, again, like Celery's done a good job to stop the top side stacking, and bot lane,
they haven't
the
been
amount
able
of pressure,
to.
exactly, the amount of pressure that Bristleback's been under, he's not been able to open it up, and yeah, just the way that Viking have played, the supports have just kind of prevented Bold from hitting those kind of basic notes of their draft is kind of hard, and boom, that's his second time he's put Excalibur in a very low position.
Celery's here though, has to
Good
be careful.
little juke, yeah.
Teleport over to the mid lane. This 5 up, just coming by to say hello. Make sure that they don't get a little too ambitious here. But of course, that is going to make more space now that they went and they moved that the Earth Spirit from the top lane.
Already a 2k lead for Viking. Yeah, the Excalibur's so upset right now. He's like, I got nothing to fill my bottle up. I've got no stacks to quickly farm before I go back home. Just no efficiency from the jungle right now, from Board.
So what's the contingency plan for Team Bald? Because they need to do something, surely, to slow down Viking's game or speed up their own.
Oh, I guess the main thing here is a lineup like Viking, its weakness comes from when the enemy is being proactive. And right now, Board isn't being proactive, allowing Viking to have these lanes which are going so well. They're statically farming everything. And that's where I'd like to see Board kind of link up their double support duo and play with the Leshrac, maybe play with this Hoodwink and start applying some pressure. Because I think at this point, Gork doesn't really need help down here. Yeah, he's sitting on low HP, but what's the trade-off? If a Bristle farms and a Centaur farms, if you start applying pressure to Anti-Mage, that will feel a little bit better. But right now, with how they're so locked into their lanes, it's not going to feel that good because you're not building a lead for your Bristle compared to Anti-Mage now, who's just freely blinking throughout his jungle, pushing out his top lane.
Chipped Vest.
Chipped Vest, yeah.
The dream for melee cores.
Will he give it to Centaur? But that was, what game was it yesterday where, I think it was in the Na'Vi series or something, where the Void was right-clicking down a Centaur and literally killed himself.
Ooh. Yeah, the follow-up to Leshrac could turn this right back around. A nice snipe here from Radix. The roll forward, though, coming up from 5 up. They're trying to get enough damage over here onto Boom, but they don't have anything to cancel out the TP, so he is going to be able to escape.
Yep, and now this is where Bold's draft kind of shows itself here. The idea of skirmish and aggression comes into play. They finally kill Centaur. And Kezu, he's going to be chuckling to himself here, because he's like, look at my Anti-Mage, guys. You're killing me, but you're not killing him.
The flip side of that, though, too, Excalibur realizing that there was so much action going on in the bottom lane, has been able to put a little bit of pressure over onto the mid tower.
Yeah, that's really good. And that's why Leshrac is such a strong hero, especially with the build that he went. He went just 2-4. Just farm out his lane, be ready to pressure towers when possible, and just want to collapse the map.
Look at Celery. Look how active he is.
Yeah,
it's so good.
You've not seen a single ancient stat because of this. And this death here, if it... Oh, he just ran behind him, Radix, mate. You're just...
He's very dead here, but, he manages to go drop down the sentry, block it off, and he's just forcing so much attention over to this area, and it's just making more and more space for anti-mage, like you said.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, the saving grace though for Bull will just be when they get one item on each core, they can start pressuring Roshan, they can start moving around together, and that can offset the window where anti-mage farms.
Oh, that hooks
Ooh, that's
clean. Again, battle of the streamers, Gorg versus Kezu.
Who's winning though? Who would you say is?
Technically, Kezu did die, therefore Gorg is the better streamer.
But was it a tactical sort of situation because he's drawing all of the attention to bottom lane? Do we counter in those facts?
Oof, that's hard now. Maybe, yeah, we'll see after the game. We'll tally up all deaths and work it out. But right now, I think Kezu's actually in the lead for just general macro play.
Okay,
but for just pure, you know, do you have deaths or not, Gorg is in the lead. And that's what chat will be looking at for sure.
For sure. Shad currently sitting at the top of the net worth, 5.1k. This anti-mage has not really been handled with at all,
yeah,
which
no
is a
pressure.
bit concerning.
They do have level 6s on near everyone but Willow. I think Willow should be pretty close though, and I think that might be the changing point. I'd love to see Bald actually look to invade this. You know, if you have no stacks yourself, you can assume that your opponent has had better efficiency. So smoking out and having a look for that would be pretty good.
But the invasion, they use the Stampede just so they can make sure that they find him, but it's a good terrorize here from Pablo. They can turn it right back around. They went through up the splitter. Get the kill on Salary, they'll turn it in, and get the kill on Kezu as well.
And Gorg does kill Kezu there for solidifying the whole streamer battle that we have going on right now.
Yeah, I think he won now. Yeah.
Making a good case for himself for sure.
There's a wild dive though. Absolutely wild dive.
They used the Stampede for it as if he could really go too many places underneath there. But they're feeling themselves, I'm sure.
Yeah, a little bit. But again, Kezu will probably be like, don't worry guys, Shad's farming. And yeah, these are the type of deaths where Viking, they're probably a little bit too comfortable with the type of game. They're relying heavily on anti-mage, and this is the window where Bald can utilize these types of kills, because I just mentioned the idea that if they play out their lane, they scout out ancient stacks from Viking, they steal them, then they're kind of somewhat back in the game.
There was a Pablo there.
Yeah, he got deleted. Boop. Yeah, SD now sits up top, getting his levels. I guess the last time Bald did play with a Hoodwink, Radix went super farm orientated. He was going for like the Gleipnir, just full in, I'm not leaving my lane until the fight comes to me type of situation. Maybe I'd like to see them change up that playstyle a little bit and look for a kill. They are 4-1 up, to be fair. Like we mentioned the idea that they need to find kills. I think they could potentially have a couple more. And now Viking, they're the ones actually being proactive. They're the ones being the aggressors, smoking up.
Smoking up over here on the side. They don't want to run into 5-up right away. Celery, though, dropping the spear, the jump forward, the blink here from Boom. He's going to try to go and just blow up Excalibur. Not going to be able to quite manage it just yet, as you do see Aramis falling on the backside, and Shad showing up will be able to collect himself a kill on Excalibur. And 5-up now left behind, so is Radix here. This is not looking very good for our little squirrely friend, as they do try to go. They have that magnetize. Bit of a slow. Boom. Force back is rooted into place with the brambles, the toss right back. He's going to try to teleport out before this Curse Crown procs, and he barely manages to get out.
Yeah, from Bald there, just a little bit of disconnect on what the team was trying to achieve. You've got the Leshrac pushing the tower, Hoodwink behind the tower, Willow's just at the tier 1, Gorg TPs in after the Leshrac dies, so kind of just a little bit sloppy with how they approached this siege. Sometimes you want to have a setup where the support's actually tanking that smoke, because at minute 12 or minute 13, sorry, this is the window where Blink comes into play. So some support tanking that smoke prevents Boom from jumping Leshrac, opening up the fight to be a little bit better. So unfortunately for Bald, just a little bit off there. A good idea, just not the amount of numbers. If I can just instantly punishing that, and a rare case of an anti-mage joining a fight pre-Battle Fury.
I mean, I feel
unheard of.
No, that's not true. Oh my goodness, look at this stack.
Money, money, money.
Making it rain.
Yeah, again, love to see Gorg steal this, but alas, doesn't happen. Shad now has the Battle Fury. He's going to be a big, happy boy, sitting now at an uncontested 8k lead.
They're going to start having themselves an anti-mage problem.
And a tiny problem. This is, yeah.
Well, I don't think that was that tiny.
They got
that was a pretty big problem.
They got it, yeah. It's going to grow on you. They got a double threat.
My question now, looking at Team Bald's draft, is the idea of initiation, right? Because you've got 5-up right now. He seems to be the one who's going to be the person rolling in, throwing out some stones and whatnot. But like Radix on this Hoodwink is a little bit of a question mark to me too. How exactly is the best way to to play Hoodwink in this particular draft because he is going for, those damage items. He's got, the Maelstrom queued up here. That Boom just doesn't even care. Just tosses Gork right back. Bye-bye.
Bye now, yeah. So yeah, fundamentally, it was laning setup and pressure were what Bold relied on. And that's why I kind of like the idea of their draft because they had that laning pressure.
Right.
It didn't come into play. So now they're looking kind of like a plan C, like a plan D, because this is not what their draft wants to be going into. They don't want to be playing into a super farmed anti-mage because they don't have that quick, reliable stun. They're a lineup that's built around skirmishing, fighting, with an early access to Roshan to enable the Leshrac. And that's kind of what I want to see them now do is group up. Sure, you're behind, you haven't stopped anti-mage, but take some towers, apply pressure to the Roshan, get an Aegis, and then you might be back in the game if anti-mage ever feels too forced to join these early fights. Like, yes, he has Battle Fury, but you're still in the window where he doesn't have Manta, Skadi +1. That's when he becomes the unkillable beast. So they're about 15, 20 minutes away from the game feeling a lot worse than it potentially is right now. Big fight, though.
Toss back here. They even go and drop the Earth Flare. Description does come out, though, from Aramis. Going to try to buy a little bit more time here for Boom, but there's just so much damage being tossed onto that Tiny, so he is going to fall.
This is good.
And this tower looks like it's going to be going into the control here of Team Bold.
Yeah, and this is the main thing that Bold needed to do. After this kind of troublesome laning phase, identify the fact that their draft is so good at skirmishing and fighting if they're together. Like this top engagement beforehand, if they were there as 5, they're probably going to win that. If Antimage is blinking in, he's going to be a dead man. But yeah, it's really good that Bold were able to see that through the kind of the mistakes that have been made and now go again, just reset. But this time, apply pressure to the Antimage. Try and kind of locate him because pre-Manta, he will die to a roll, a bramble, anything. Even the Hoodwink put the Antimage to half HP when Antimage was off split pushing.
Aramis, they found Excalibur over in the jungle. KZ jumping forward. Shav is here as well. He's just going to burn out all that mana and collect himself another kill.
And this is why they picked Anti-Mage. That poor Leshrac. 7 seconds for the Hood to be active. Just a little bit out of position. Too comfortable farming.
The stomp here coming out from KZ Shadow Realm, though. Going to protect the Dark Wolf. Boom still wants us, though. The Avalanche is silenced. Looking for the toss-up into the air. Right back over to Kaizu. And he's trapped in the corner now with 5 of Regix is here. And he manages to get the ultimate off. A couple more hits. Should be able to collect over on Boom.
Okay. Leshrac dies and then they get a tiny kill after. All right, not too bad.
Definitely a lot of back and forth here deciding. It's kind of a grab bag. Who's going to show up to these fights? Sometimes, Shad's like, yeah, you know what? I need to be farming over there anyways. I'll come in, get myself a quick kill on.
There is one consistent factor, though, in all of these deaths on the side of Viking, though, Moxie.
What's that?
Kezu is initiating.
That is true. When it looks like Kezu might be dying here as well.
Yeah.
You can go for the Stampede. Doesn't matter. You can't run from the Hoodwink here.
I mean, we had the bottom tier 1 dive. We've had the top tier 1 dive, and now Kezu dives top.
Kezu just wants those subs. He's trying to make Kyle bleed.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
He's like, why don't we make Kyle a little nervous,
some back channel
guys?
deals with Gorg. It's like, all right, we'll go, 70-30 split. I'll die a couple times, won't make it too obvious, get the Twitch economy going.
It's just stimulating the Twitch economy.
Yeah, well, both of these streamers are big fans of the whole Pepes and whatnot, so they probably have one mutual connection between the 2 streamers.
Aside from the fact that they're both, streamers.
Yep.
Play different lanes in the game, it's fine.
All right.
One's educational, one's not.
I find
but they're both
very
entertaining.
Educational at times. What not to do.
Ooh, the top of the hammer, boom. The rollout from 5 up. See you later. Rajix, though, starts winding up. Able to go and apply that break over here to Tiny, and the teleports are coming in here. Pablo immediately throwing out the brambles, but the blink here from Boom will protect him.
Very close to catching Boom there. Boom's just playing super aggressive, and you can see how Viking, they've identified the fact that their draft might not have the biggest early damage, but if they're the ones being proactive, sure, they might be dying, but they're making Bold use so many resources. Like this Kezu pressure here, it's offsetting the ability to remove tower pressure. Tiny going middle, they're reacting to the Tiny. And it fundamentally is, Anti-Mage's game is simply based on the fact he needs 3 to 4 items to enter fights happily. And that's why Viking are just being a little bit kind of gun-ho in their aggression.
I should say so. Disruption, Stampede, Keizu jumping forward with that stomp, but they do have the Terrorize, they have the Sharpshooter, and this is looking like a very dead Aramis.
Yeah, so Bald see through this, poke and prod and go, okay, no, if you're going to try and, you know, play around with us, we're just going to kill you quickly and start trying to take some towers. If they click on Anti-Mage, they're going to be like, okay, we got about 7 minutes left until this game's a bit rough. But, you know, those 7 minutes, we can go Roshan. They can then pressure potentially a tier 3. Just this is the key window of the game right now. How do they unlock the big man, big boss man that is Roshan?
That is the question. They are sticking fairly closely together. I would like to see them take some sort of an objective, though, after taking that tower. But it doesn't look like they're making their way towards that Roche pit at this time.
You can see on the net worth, just Vikings' playstyle is so sacrificial. They have really put this into the department of 4 Protect 1. And it just reminds me of a pub, potentially. What happens if Shad blinks in and just dies? That 13k he's got, it could be nothing.
Is there anything that they can potentially build to help deal with that anti-mage as well? Because if anti-mage is going to be the only problem...
Lots of damage over here on Mr. Gork. Silence, but immediately Spell Shield just to be able to walk away. Shad is left behind here. He's going to wait patiently. Keizu just going to be able to back him up if necessary. They get the Sharpshooter off.
So many stuns.
They don't have the vision.
Oh.
And away Shad goes. Fighting over in the tree line here. Just spot out Gork. No, it's going to back off.
So yeah, back to your question about what they can itemize for. Realistically, additional lockdown would be good. Leshrac has to go BKB. But then other than that, it's just getting tanky enough that Vikings damage is completely removed. Because this early window of the game, Viking is ahead because of the tankiness and pressure they apply, but not the kill threat. They only have 4 kills. Bald is the one with the kills. And whew, Jesus.
Told
so 21 minutes.
Aramis is going to have a fast Ags.
Oh, this game has been pretty chill for him, I guess. He's 0-2-2, but has an Ags.
Yeah.
And now Bristlebat's going to feel
sad.
Very sad.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Roshan. Oh, no, not Roshan. Pick off then Roshan. Smoke on smoke action, Moxie.
Yeah, so they're going to find themselves Celery. And again, he does have that Glimmer Cape, but going to try to buy a bit more time. The Stampede comes out. Curse Crown does, of course, proc, so Gork should be able to chase down Celery. It's going to be the Dark Willow that gets killed. Excalibur, though, on the back lines, getting just blown up by Shad. Things are feeling a bit scary now as they're still hot in pursuit. Boom, he was looking for the Avalanche. It's going to be a little bit off the mark, but they get the break applied over here to the Bristleback. Good terrorize, though. We'll push everyone away, and they'll be able to go hold on to Mr. Boom here over the mid lane. Oh, good, the stomp, though, coming out from Case. They turn around the double edge. Do they have it? They have the damage to take down 5 up. They'll turn their attention right around again, and they'll get the kill on Gork. And Shad, he wants more. He'd like to get his hands on this tiny little squirrel. The Bushwhack, though, will buy Rajix just enough time to run away. Shad still wants this, but not sure if he's going to be able to quite grab him. How far does he go as Keizu underneath the tower? Does have to be careful of the Bedlam. Get that Avalanche here from Boom. Pablo sitting very low, and it looks like they'll respect it. They'll back off. There's still a tier 1 up in mid, you know?
But they try to aggressively posture. They try and at least get some kind of story to be built around Roshan, but yeah, look at the fight. We didn't see Leshrac blow up, but Leshrac pokes his head up the high ground. He's going for a Bloodstone. He's got a casual hood. He doesn't have a BKB, which means every time it is just going to be death when he shows in the fight. He needs the BKB to take these 20-minute fight. And
he's going for Kaya first, though.
Yes.
You don't like it.
He needs a BKB because every single fight, we get a replay here. Look, as they initiate onto Celery, he dies pretty quick, but if you look at the HP bar of Leshrac in about, right, 5 seconds time. Oh, it's half HP, and then boom!
Which
dead.
HP bar are you talking about?
Yeah, he just got deleted. And yeah, that is the difficulty of board. Where if Leshrac was able to survive, maybe this fight could be a little bit different. But because Anti-Mage is such a 1v1 counter, his positioning is so key. And they weren't able to back him up. They weren't able to support him because they were fixated on the idea of killing Elder Titan. Anti-Mage should now be having the Skadi complete. But as we see these highlights, board is straight into Roshan. They are trying to get this Leshrac some fight presence with an Aegis. Kind of cliffed.
Kind of cliffed. It's a bit strange. You have the clip there completed.
Well, the illusions are cliffed at least.
It's a bit strange of the interaction there with the Bushwhacked, but they do need to go back into the pit. Roche at less than half health. Boom, walking in. He's going to see Gork and Excalibur there. Trying to wait patiently. Good stomp over here coming out from Celery.
This is so scary. Into an ET, into SD, into Tiny. Leshrac's like, guys, I don't really want to use any mana here to take Roshan because Anti-Mage will just kill me.
That's the fear.
And everyone around him.
Everyone around him, yeah.
They're just creeping slowly over there, trying to keep tabs. Celery gonna go drop that Spirit again. In the back line, Shaz starting poking. Boom, jumping forward immediately, trying to take down Gork fast enough. Is he going to be able to do it? There's a question. Stop coming out here from KZ. They just cut Gork apart into pieces. Excalibur over on the back lines. Pablo does get cleaned up by Shad. And they do have Dust this time around, so they should be able to go and get the kill over onto Keizu. Toss up into the air, though. They'll end up losing Excalibur. Gork actually going to buy back here. And it feels like we just saw something very similar to this early on, as now 5 up will fall. Rajik's trying to run away. Gork is back in the fight, but he doesn't have anyone to back up. He's just going in. He's a madman. Look at him. And then immediately, the anti-mage, Boom, is here. He tosses poor Rajik's back. Rajik's didn't want to be a part of this. Rajik is going to die. It's a triple kill now for Shad, and he's going after Gork. Just the chase down. No mana left over here on Mr. Gork, as a Viking just shoves him. He starts to go back in again.
I mean, they have to, right? This ages if the anti-mage gets it.
Yeah, this is
it's game over.
Exactly. This is a make or break for the game right now for Ball. You can see how they've been so pressuring it so much, and yet Viking do take it away. Now 13k lead going towards them, and Gork, he doesn't want Kyle subs at all with this swift buyback, and yeah. Feels bad, man.
Shad doesn't even care. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna go hit these creeps. Hey,
yeah,
what's up?
Yeah, and the tip as well. Like this is Bristleback's a hero about early game pressure, pace, and momentum. This never really came into effect, and Anti-Mage is now giggling. These are the two carries looking at each other. You got one carry with a Skadi, a Battle Fury, a Manta, and the other one's got a Vanguard, a Shroud. Like the tanky boy versus the actual damage dealer.
That net worth graph as well, though. Jeez.
Oh, can we see it again?
What?
The net worth graph.
Oh, I mean the I don't mean the graph.
The
I mean just the graph.
Look at that. That was
the graph is
it was like acceptable. Roshan. So yeah, that was a bit unfortunate.
And buybacks. Don't forget the buybacks put another large bit in that too.
Yeah. That's a painful situation for Team Ball to be in. Is their hope completely gone though? Because they're still fighting on. They surely still have some chances, right?
Yeah, right now. Let's see. Let's watch Celery potentially die. Do they have detection?
I don't know, but Shad is here as well. So Celery taking a lot of damage over on the side, but they do apply the break. The stomp here coming out from KZ uses that Stampede. As the split is on, they'll get the kill on Gork, and the chase is on here after Excalibur. Looks like Rajik's going to try to buy just a little bit more time. Does apply that break over here to the AM, but blink forward, Pablo's going to be absolutely fine over in the corner. They're not paying attention to him because they'd rather kill Rajik's, and they're still chasing down Excalibur. Can they get their hands on him fast enough? It doesn't feel like they'll be able to. Oh, with the blink though, Shad chasing after Excalibur, just clicking away here. It's a long chase, but eventually Shad is godlike, and Pablo does find the kill on Celery in the back line. But
that's a GG.
To your question, Shiva, no. Yeah, not really. Yeah, unfortunately,
I mean, they almost killed Celery. They put the sentry down, and then he lives on like 10 HP. But yeah, they made sure that they still kill Celery before they called GG, but they also recognized that at that point, their timing was gone. The game was gone.
You could feel it from them, right, as well, from board. Like, as soon as Leshrac died in the top side of the jungle, and then after he respawned, they looked at Roshan. That was like the desperation. We've missed our timing because they clicked on Anti-Mage. He realized he had all the items needed. And unfortunately for board, they had a really nice concept of drafts, which was early game aggression, pressure. But just the way they set up their laning phase and how they actually applied pressure on the map, it was all kind of not proactive. They were always reacting to what Viking did, and that's the key thing. When you have a team like Viking, they draft a line that doesn't have much damage, but they're the ones proactive. It's because they've identified they don't have damage, so they just force you around the map. They ensure Anti-Mage can farm, and then suddenly damage isn't an issue anymore because Anti-Mage is farmed. So yeah, I think Viking just played around their draft really nicely, gave Ball all the room they needed, but just never allowed them to pressure Anti-Mage.
Yeah, and that was a big problem. And we're going to talk about that problem very soon, as we are going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back.
After the break.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Yeah!
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
First game of this best of 3 series between Team Bald Reborn and Viking GG goes the way of the latter. Viking GG had an anti-mage draft, 10th overall pick, and their goal was very, very, very simple. Just don't do anything too crazy and let anti-mage farm, and eventually you'll win the game. And that is exactly what happened. They didn't do anything too crazy, and Bald tried to apply a little bit of pressure here and there as much as they could, but because their lanes didn't go the way that they wanted it to, they kind of couldn't, and they kind of felt well, they felt like they were on a timer, which they were, and then the timer was up. Viking wins. I'm here with T and Moxie, and we're gonna break the game down again. And I think that I kind of feel that 10th overall anti-mage pick, you said it might not have been the best overall pick, T, but it didn't look like Bald really thought about a proper answer.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't enjoy the idea of the pick because of the lack of damage Viking had, but then when you see the way that they play around it, then you can kind of validate the pick a lot more, right? I think Bald, they had a couple ways to maybe pressure this type of pick, and they just didn't do it. So as soon as it got like 10 minutes into the game and I see anti-mage uncontested, it's like, all right, this is actually a really good anti-mage pick.
Yeah.
Like, Bald have done nothing to it. So yeah, I think Viking, that's kind of what they're playing around with their draft as well, which is just, let's just give Shad the ultimate last pick. We know we're going to be the proactive team. We know we're going to be able to make the correct moves, and that's where it unlocks greedier heroes.
But the one thing, Moxie, that we've seen from Bald so far is that on lanes, normally they do very well. That's where they shine most, right?
Yeah, and I think it was a little bit of a gamble, right? They picked up the Hoodwink, and that's something that we're not seeing a whole lot of. I know Rajix is really like fond of that hero, and they were trying to apply that pressure with the Earth Spirit. They just weren't able to do that, unfortunately. And then, you know, the other lanes were not going as well as they would have liked. They ran into a bit of a damage issue as well. Just some of these pieces, you know, the overall idea was great, but the execution in them and some of the itemization and whatnot is just wasn't enough to stop this anti-mage.
And when you're talking about a mid lane, about tempo setting, I want to talk a little bit about the Excalibur Leshrac, because it was up against a Tiny. I don't know how that lane should be doing.
That should be pretty okay for Leshrac, honestly.
Okay.
Like, Tiny shouldn't be killing you. You shouldn't be killing him. But you can farm, like, you know, 0.5 faster because you have access to the jungle and like Tiny too much. The main thing is, this is the first game that Excalibur has had a hero hard countering him, like stupidly hard countering him. Like, he's playing Lesh into AM. And that's where, like, if you want to have fun in this game, you buy a BKB. You just get yourself into the fight, you force AM to blink on you, BKB, stun, he's dead, you play. The fact he didn't buy BKB, he was in an unfavorable matchup with unfavorable items, so we didn't even get to see Excalibur in this game. Like, he wasn't even in the lobby. That's how bad of a Leshrac game it was because of this anti-mage.
Do you feel like maybe he thought he had the time to buy one more item before BKB? Because buying a BKB, you know, you want to have the longest duration BKB for the most important fights, right? So surely we're going to assume that he knows that he has to buy a BKB because he's up against an anti-mage. So he wants to delay that as long as possible. Obviously, it was too long.
It's the Aegis. That's why he wasn't buying BKB. He expected his team to win a big fight, go to Roshan, get Aegis, and then you can be a Leshrac with Bloodstone Aegis, tower, BKB, tier 3s maybe end the game. But that never happened because they got picked off, and then they did this desperation play of just throw bodies at Roshan, and then you got this carry Bristleback with no mana just kind of waddling around.
Yeah.
And yeah, it kind of fell to pieces.
And I guess that's why we saw Gork just going back and right back.
I mean, the other thing too is you have to remember Excalibur typically is the win condition for them. He's the guy who has to get really big. They have to. It's not exactly a full 4 protect 1 sort of strategy, but a lot of the times it feels that way, especially the games that they've won. You know, when he has that Morphling, he is the person that they make the space for, and all of a sudden he just shows up and he's like, all right, I'm ready to crush him. This time around, you know, he had difficulties and didn't get the BKB. Things didn't go according to plan, so...
Yeah, oftentimes we do see Excalibur being basically the position 1 from the mid lane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, well, that's not something that we saw in this first game. I think this was, for the majority, it was a draft loss for Bald. Not that it may... Okay,
I mean,
you don't agree with me.
No. I mean, like, we shouldn't be sugarcoating this in any way.
No.
It's like,
I mean, sure, Viking is the better team.
A team that's beaten, you know, Secret. They've been in the upper division. They probably should be in the upper division versus StreamStack. Like, they got outplayed in the game because they, like, strategically, Viking was just, like, 2 steps ahead. And in the draft, it was a little bit even, but it's mainly game things for me in this case. I feel like the drafts... There were windows for both drafts to have good times for them to make the plays, but in the game, the itemization, the play was a little bit different. That's where, if you want to see Bald have a much closer game 2, their draft needs to go from being like pretty okay, somewhat even, to what?
You won the draft?
This? Yeah,
okay.
I need them to be with like a 70-30 lead in the draft. Yeah, some type of gotcha pick, be it the Morphling for Excalibur, the Arc Warden, you know, some big kind of X factor of, this timing is going to be too hard to deal with no matter what team they're playing against.
And there's also, of course, a chance, a game 2 for Viking. They're 1 game up. They might let go of the reins a little bit, allowing Bald a little bit more time and space. And yeah, the hero that came out of the poll from Celery is the one that T's holding right there.
He cannot confirm or deny that is going to happen.
I will say Viking.
This is true.
But if Viking's watching this right now,
they are.
And if they didn't, if they don't pick it, I know they're probably not. But like, you've done a vote asking for the community what hero you want to pick.
And you don't do it.
Pudge won, all right? Quite clearly, he won.
He did.
If you don't do it, what does that make you?
No.
There you go. So you can hold the Pudge.
Let's find out if we're going to have Pudge in this Game 2 of the Best of 3 series. We're going to take a quick break, but when we're back, it's drafting time for Game 2 for Viking GG and Team Bald Reborn.
After the break.
Nice.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Game 2 of Viking GG versus Team Bald Reborn coming your way here on Dream League Season 15, powered by Intel. And the first game went the way of Viking, and they made it look fairly easy with their anti-mage 10th pick. We're going to find out if they're going to give Team Bald maybe a little bit more of a shot in the draft. As we had a poll from Celery saying or asking the community which hero he wanted them to pick, and the answer turned out a resounding Pudge. We'll see if that Pudge makes a showing here in Game 2. But it will still be tough game, I think, regardless for Team Bald, but they may be setting themselves up for a bit more success. We got a Mars, we got a Nyx Assassin T. This is a decent start for them.
Yeah, it's solid. It's fight. It's less, one-dimensional, and it's a bit more open. Viking, though, they have popularized the idea of Earthsprint to Shadow Fiend opening so many times before, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just went straight for the Shadow Fiend. I guess Bald did soft cover themselves a little bit with a Nyx pick, who can be an annoyance to the likes of Shadow Fiend early on in the game. Of course, later when he has to be KB, doesn't do as much.
You really wouldn't mind seeing a Shadow Fiend first too?
I think, yeah, Viking. So Viking as a team, when they're in the upper division, they didn't look too hot because they always looked like they were kind of a step behind kind of the big picture ideas of other teams. When they went to lower division, they picked up Kezu, and it feels like they have just started approaching the game like they want to. They're not looking at other teams and going, okay, we need to take this element from that team. They look like they're actually kind of invigorating and just developing. And that alone is really refreshing to see from this team, because they do have the skill and the caliber to be in upper division for sure. So yeah, I think going to lower division really helped this team just kind of create their own identity. For example, with the Shadow Fiend. But no, they go for a Tidehunter instead, which isn't a Pudge.
Which is not a Pudge. It is a Kezu hero. We see sometimes the Tide on the support role, but I think in this case, not that big of a chance. I think if there's going to be a Pudge, it would have to be played on Celery at the moment. Surely you're not going to pick if you're going to pick a Pudge, it's not mid Pudge, right?
To be fair though, mid.
I mean, they could if they really wanted
Pudge
to.
is actually pretty good.
Okay.
Your Ags is really strong. Your ability to be tanky is really strong. Like, you're pretty good against illusion heroes and just melee cores. But yeah, let's see. If it gets picked, we can then do the Pudge breakdown.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Bald respect the Shadow Fiend, like I mentioned, instantly banning that out.
And we got some carries banned out on the side of Viking that are able to deal with the Tidehunter quite nicely, like the Ursa and the Lifestealer. And we saw, of course, Boom's Tiny in the previous game. Respect also on that from Team Bald as they banned that one out.
Are they setting up for a Snapfire, do you think, too? Like the way that we've got, the Nyx Assassin was already picked up for Bald. They've also got the Arena here from Mars where it can contain.
Potentially, yeah. It wouldn't be too bad. It would be quite nice, I think, just for layered damage. They'd need, obviously, a little more of a frontliner hero to cover that, but I wouldn't be opposed. The main thing from Viking, their bans, it's because you have a Tidehunter offlane with Earthspirit, Earthspirit naturally wants to leave that lane pretty quick because you don't have kill threat, you want to be active, and Tide's going to be left on an island by himself. So all three of these bans are carries that can, in a 1v1 scenario, pressure Tide. And with an aggressive support, be it a Snapfire, be it a Witch Doctor, Tide couldn't lane at all. So yeah, Viking are ensuring that Kezu, with a first phase Tide, can play alone to unlock Aramis to be a nuisance on mid.
I guess my question now is, what is Excalibur going to be playing in the mid lane, knowing that there is going to be the threat of that Earth Spirit that's going to be making these rotations?
Okay, they go for Juggernaut. Now, I honestly wouldn't be opposed to Snapfire or Witch Doctor for Bald as their position 5 here, just to give kill threat and to make sure that Tide is, when alone, is feeling pretty upset. In regards to heroes that Excalibur can play mid, of course, I think Morphling still comes to play here because he doesn't really care too much about the Earthsphere rotation. There's not really a lot of pressure right now on the map. Of course, there's still a couple more picks to come. Again, it's early days for his pick, but someone who at least can have turnaround potential in the gank is the key thing.
Because you typically want him on something that can do physical damage. So, usually when you see something like the Earth Spirit, you're thinking, okay, get something that's elusive, get something with a blink, get something like Puck, right? Puck is one of the really popular heroes of this patch because of the high capability of being able to skirmish with low cooldown Dream Coil and the fact it can escape. But they actually take the snap for themselves. So that's interesting that they're picking it into a Nyx, though, because Nyx's positioning usually is just immediately Carapace in the kisses and then cancel out Snapfire ulti.
It is, but also I feel like the the idea of this matchup is like, sure, you might be able to cancel the kisses, but you can already get 2 or 3 off before he cancels them.
Okay.
And positioning is key here. And
Right.
Snapfire, nowadays, you're less about your ult, but more about the Lil Shredder plus Solar Crest build, unlocking pressure. Now you're going to have Tidehunter Gush, Lil Shredder, Solar Crest. Roshan's going to fall instantly. They're going to have lane presence. Yeah, I don't mind it. But yeah, for sure, Nyx is, in big picture of the team fight, he will be able to mitigate some of the Snapfire's presence.
Is it also to discourage a Phoenix 5 or something like that? Well, I mean, they don't really have a 5 on Team Bold Reborn, right? But, you know, then you also have the capability of an Egg Scrambler, too.
Yeah.
That's a classic matchup, right? Is having
is.
the Phoenix and the Mars Arena.
Team Bold realistically needs more stuns in their lineup, cheap stuns, because in the first game, they lacked conviction in fight. And when you start picking these heroes that are a little bit more big team fight orientated, you still need that conviction. I feel like I'd rather have a point and click stun on board where it's like, guys, I have my stun available. Let's go kill this guy with a Vendetta, with the arena, with something. Just a bit able to apply pressure. And now in regards to the 5, Witch Doctor kind of does become the king. And they go back for the Hoodwink.
All right.
Ooh, is this going to be a 5-up support Mars then?
I mean, it could be, but do we really want it to be?
I just feel like with the scenario in play here, unless they're just going to run a 5 Hoodwink, but my gut tells me that Bald's going to run like Nyx Hoodwink offlane duo with some like really weird Mars +1 jug lane. That's kind of my Bald feeling. Yeah, I think Hoodwink's the core here. Yeah, Nyx or Mars are the ones going to be the creative lads who have to lane with the Gorg jug.
Would you prefer to see the Mars or the Nyx with the jug?
I'd prefer to see a Nyx jug lane with a
Yeah.
Hoodwink 4 and a Mars off lane if I had to pick like the perfect recipe. But again, just my gut's telling me it's something's awry here, guys. And what did Viking go for?
Oh, Phantom Assassin. There's a lot of pressure and damage coming out from the side of Viking right now.
Yeah, physical damage is their game, and Team Board has no real rebuttal to this. They do have a Mars who can be somewhat helpful, but against the likes of a PA who's jumping into the arena, applying that pressure, it's devastating. You have Snapfire, you have Tidehunter, of course Roshan's on the cards. It allows PA to also go for less farming style of build, where you can just go like Deso, S and Y into an Aegis and kill everything, but Viking might also just be a little bit more comfortable and just rather go for a Battle Fury and ensure they don't have... They put themselves in an awkward timing. Yeah, this is a very nice looking jar from Viking. Bald heavily relying on individual skill right now rather than natural synergies of the heroes. They do have last pick in the entire draft though. That is the saving grace.
It's coming. It's coming. The Pudge. The Pudge Viking.
Oh, for Viking?
For Viking.
Okay, what? How are we doing this?
I don't know. Just
boom Viking, boom Pudge. Maybe. Out of all the players on Viking, the person who probably would do that would be Boom, though.
Boom could play Snapfire too. Don't forget.
That's true.
You could move that over to the mid lane. We've been seeing. I think Noob's been playing a whole heck of a lot of it over in the mid
it
lane.
is very good in mid. That's very true.
Then you just launch a Pudge at them.
Ooh,
Oh.
Here we go. Content.
We talked about it, was this going to be a super serious game, or were they gonna, play it out a little bit, have a little fun, get a little bit more, posts on Reddit of their crazy harebrained schemes?
So far, it looks pretty serious still.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a Viking where they put a Twitter poll out saying you get to decide our draft and then not let
It was
them...
Celery.
Yeah,
it was Celery, not
He's
Viking.
the captain. He's sorry, it's
Yeah,
Celery, but he's the
that's
drafter.
true, that is true.
He's the man with the button clicking.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like bait and switching us. It's like Carl saying, actually, no, he's a hit. I won't bother. I won't even bother.
Go on.
No,
No,
it's
no,
fine.
go on.
No, it's fine. What's Viking going to pick here?
He's so dejected.
Yeah, I realized it was just a lose-lose if I go down that line. Is it going to be the Pudge?
I'm pretty sure Kyle's probably watching this because of the wager that he has set, so he hears you going on.
Pudge! Ah, boo!
Ah, boo!
What a surprise!
Lies. Celery's a liar.
And an instant axe last pick coming out there, so that will be the Excalibur
Okay,
axe.
all right.
Oi! Oh, whew.
5 up to Hoodwink, and
Damn.
Ryan will be playing the Mars.
Okay, this is... Excalibur has a melee v melee mid matchup with a decent carry to play into, because Axe into PA, of course, PA will kill herself quite quickly on that. So I don't mind this pick. But again, Bald, their entire draft is individual skill skirmishing needs compared to it scaling to a point of this is our team timing where we just overwhelm our opponent. Viking, on the other hand, they have that team timing, and I think there's a big disparity now between the two.
Who did we just see run the mid Axe?
It was in the Eastern European region, no?
Yeah, I believe so, and it did not work out.
We've seen carry Axe a couple times, and
Yeah,
the
but the
safe
mid lane
lane
specifically,
But
I
mid lane
feel-
has not been looking as hot.
Yeah, just because of the fact
Propaganda.
that you're not able to really, do that creep manipulation. You can't really go off and kind of jungle off. I mean, you can jungle off to the side, but I believe he was up against something that was just constantly plinking away at him the entire time, so he wasn't able to make those moves. But I don't really love the mid Axe, honestly.
But on the other side, I guess, Teef, you're saying that the lineup of Team Ball looks like it's a skirmishy lineup that relies on individual skill. Isn't that something that should be good for Bald?
That was kind of the same scenario as game 1.
So no.
No, but okay, at least saving grace. See the draft in the little bottom corner there.
Yeah.
They aren't doing anything too crazy with the hoodwink. They are just running it as a support. The Mars is the offlane, so that alone gives me some, refreshing thoughts, because I was worried there was going to be some quirkiness there. But no, they have, again, like their lineup is it's all about Excalibur now. Game 1, he didn't have a game. Game 2, he's giving himself a point where he can outplay potentially mid, and he has a good matchup into carry. So it's all about Excalibur. If he has a good game, I can see the rest of his team getting behind him and applying that pressure. But they are running into a brick wall of a Tidehunter, into a very farm PA, and PA is such a good hero in these type of longer, slower skirmishy games, because she always finds her farm. So,
All right, well, the tips come out.
all right.
Something was said, but we don't know what, I guess. Can we see what? What was said?
I can find out. It was nothing. It was just some chatwell.
No, we go up.
Just chatwell. It
Oh.
was just chatwell.
They just like Casey.
They just like Kazu. Don't we all? We got a 5-man smoke as well coming out from
Wee.
Viking. They're going to try to maybe wrap around. Oh, never mind.
Never mind at all.
Smoke revealed. Plan follied. Oh, hello.
Oh.
Pablo? Okay. All right. Put a little pressure over here on Aramis. Bushwhack. God's Rebuke. Tossed out. Slow. Pablo, is he going to be able to get the shot? Yep. There we go. Baited.
I don't know what to say to that.
No, do I? No, I'm just chilling.
They're just using up their spells, man. He just was like, hey, yeah, come get me. And then Roche just is like, yep, no, I'll do a solid for you. Aramis, though, of course, is going to get chased down a little bit here. He's having a good time. He's just going to kick 5 up away. Get out of here, you little squirrely.
Boom.
And
Does he have the bonk? Does he have the bonk?
Oh,
He has the bonk. He has the bonk. And then Pablo, after denying himself to Roshan and getting the first blood on his team, talentless. Obviously, he was watching his team get the first blood, but still, that is one of the most ruthless all chats, is the Nyx Assassin talentless.
Oh, I thought you were flaming him for a second. I didn't see the chat wheel.
No, literally, if you open chat again, it is just Nyx vibing out with the talentless. Thank you very much. Yes, observers, thank you.
Oh,
thank you.
Celery, what are you doing
is
there,
just
buddy?
getting poked away, and being between 2 towers is a little bit surprising, but sometimes it happens. Wait, why does Nyx Assassin have the talentless voice line?
Because he's a very
Because he's an
high
assassin?
level.
Is that it? Like, he's just so fancy?
He just he's just dunking on the kids,
I wasn't sure if he was like, secretly I look at that. Because
Are we going down lore scenarios here?
Bam! Yeah, no, I was just curious to see, like, was he perhaps a painter or something? I don't know. Keizu in the bottom lane, this is what we wanted to see. We wanted to see the Nyx Assassin paired up here with the Jug,
Very
and
good.
look at the damage that they get because they have a stun and a spin.
And then Aramis doing the very casual stuff, which is, pull the wave, double block both camps. Because these camps are so close to each other, you can actually pull through the small camp but body block the hard camp, enabling Earth for it to just fully mitigate any safe lane pressure of the pull. But this is the key lane right now. You have last pick in the draft. You go, I want to pick Axe to counter this Ember. But right now, we're not seeing that really come into play. Ember 8-3 to the 3-0 of Axe. Boom has to bring out Regen here to kind of bring back his laning phase. He will have the Flame Guard to deal with the Battle Hunger, but the main matchup there is just a spin on the melee hero.
If feel like this is a Boom specialty, though, playing this Ember. So I feel like even though perhaps 5 up, body block coming up from Shad, Fairy Fire will get used. Gonna go and scurry away here in the trees. Get the kill on the courier, though, for Rajix. Nice spear over to the side with Celery.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's got
Is Celery
that.
gonna die again? Are they gonna be able to... Oh, the bushwhack over on 2. Boop.
Nice. Good start from Board. Really just kind of just picking on the supports here, getting the free kills, and yeah, not too shabby.
Roll in, though, here from Aramis. They're going to try to publish Excalibur. Doesn't look like they have anything to go and just hold him in place, so he will teleport out, but he's going to have to make the long walk back.
It's really rough, and this you can see this from the draft when Viking ban out 3 of the biggest 1v1 tied counters. It just means that Earthspirit is going to be super active and already pressuring the jungle. An Axe mid, he wants to play quick levels mid, farm jungle, and just out-farm your opponent. Applying pressure would be key, but he's not been able to apply pressure to Ember. So that's why he tried going jungle, and Aramis is already there because he set up that lane bottom. He did that pull block, sets up the game for Kezu, goes to mid. Yeah, Aramis is doing a lot of work right now on this Earthspirit. Helps bot, helps mid, now looking towards top. There's no stacks occurring. Might even look to apply some pressure in this top lane as well.
Reminds me a little bit of how Celery was playing in game number 1, right?
Yeah.
The fact that he kept invading over the triangle, making sure that they didn't have stacks, trying to block camps. Definitely seems value. Pablo, though, has his eyes over here on this courier. Kezu trying to micro it away. Pablo not quite seeing it. Ooh, he's gonna survive? As the other courier battle? No, ooh, Pablo, he does get it. Does take a hit, though, from the tower, too.
Yeah, and the important thing, if you go back down to the Radiant safe lane, Viking actually blocked the small camp as well. So this is kind of how Kezu's able to play here. Just that stuff. There you go. Just because of this. They blocked the camp. Pablo's not been able to de-ward it, and
Rajix.
TPing to top as well. Whew.
Trying to follow up. Good stun, but not going to be enough to save Rajix. They could turn it around. They get the kill on Celery. Pops those stick charges over here, and it looks like 5 up is forced back. Pablo clicking away. There's a dagger. Carapace comes out from Pablo.
Up or down, where'd he go? We don't know. There he is.
He's here, and he's looking to try to punish over on the side. One more hit, and Celery will get his revenge.
I will say, absolutely love that. Oh, okay, let's one more kill. One second. Hold on.
Well,
Yeah.
there's more teleports coming in. We have a Mars making his way over here. The cookie hop forward here. Shad's just going to town. Nice spear coming in. Do they have the final hit off, though?
Oh.
Looks like he's going to survive. He's got himself a salve, too, so he's going to be all right. Celery now on the back foot is going to fall to 5 up, who manages to somehow survive all of that. And then, you know, pop that salve and get right back in there.
Yeah, boom, level advantage mid. But I love the fact that when the Snapfire went into fog, we also were like, ooh, where'd he go? The fog came into play, so I was also on the edge of my seat. Did he go up? Did he go down? And then he reappeared. Where did he go? So
and he had a salve too.
That should be mandatory on all dukes now for all observers. Just the guy duking, we don't want to see him. Oof.
You know what we should be able to do?
What?
We also pause the game when something like that happens. So there's a quiz in chat. Which way did he go? Press 1 for up. Press 2 for left.
Use those channel points now. Where just some channel
Great.
points. Is he going this way? That way? Is he going to survive?
Oh, look.
Is he going to die? How
Look,
much
ready,
HP?
ready, look. We go here. Where's he gonna go? Up, down, left, right. And then he's like, oh, I'm back. Hi. I'm stuck. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, he had still got some sick charges as well on the Celery.
To be clear, I was commending the observing, not the Duke itself. The Duke itself wasn't really that, you know.
Oh, no,
that
we
wasn't
understood.
Thank you. Just want to confirm I wasn't hyped about the Duke there. He just went left. Just want to validate my Duke opinions.
I enjoy Monday casts.
Just as much as Gorg's enjoying this game right now, 30 and 15.
Ooh.
Not too bad.
I mean, Gorg is doing great, but you guys have been saying from the start that Excalibur is the one that should be truly carrying this team, and Axe is not doing too hot.
Yes, we need to see stacks. We need to see stacks being made for Excalibur so that way he can bounce back. This is something similar that we saw the other day. Was oh, and look at that, we have that sentry over there too. But
the difficulty lies in the fact that the way that Viking are playing, Kezu's alone, Gorg's free farming, but you have this pressure to mid. Like Excalibur can't bully an Ember when this Earthspirit is always playing in the fog, playing in this kind of fringe of I can kill you if you misstep, and just the supports of Viking, they're enabling Boom. Compared to Board, they're trying to enable Rajix, and just kind of who you're trying to enable and get into the game. The disparity there. Unfortunately, Excalibur is kind of victim to this because they're putting a lot of focus in the offlane on the side of Board.
But considering that is working, because Gorg is getting a lot of farm, and Rajix is doing good. it's not all bad then. It's just unfortunate that, you know, Excalibur is on the receiving end, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not doing good.
Someone has to be sacrificed, and it is the Axe. I think the only issue with this occurrence is when you look to make your first move in the game, ideally Axe having items would be very helpful, and protecting your mid tower is also pretty helpful.
Oh, he wants us with the double damage. He just zips on in there with a Remnant. That is a teleport that ends up not coming through, obviously. And
yeah, and the key thing that you're mentioning, because Jug and Mars are having a good game, it's how do they pair together and how do you play around them to enable Axe to come back. Because if Gorg AFK hits creeps, Rajik's AFK hits creeps, that's when the game's difficult. Because Aramis and Boom now, with Snapfire, this 3 is breaking down the middle part of this map, making it pretty difficult.
This hit squad of 3 has just been wrecking havoc.
Yeah.
Like, they spend so much time over here in this mid lane, and look at this. Mars is teleporting in. Rajik's going to try to, you know, try to push them off the tower a little bit. It's not looking super easy, though, as they do teleport away.
Gold's trying to apply some more pressure as well. See if there was any stacks, but there wasn't. Oh, the deny too.
Feels bad.
And Gold just aggressively farm the neutral camp to TP into bot lane. This will give Viking a big window to apply pressure to mid, because if they want to bring 5, Bald can't.
Aramis, he almost makes it out here, but have the own 3 gank squad here over. Oh, top lane though, 5 up, just gets chased down by Shad.
Ooh, and tip
And a
too.
tip, yeah.
That's when you know it's bad.
5 up, you could all chat right now, but you didn't pick Pudge, you liars. Rip straight through them.
This tower is going down very, very swiftly though. Middle tower will fall to Boom.
Yeah, Bald need to try and find a way to apply some pressure. The proactiveness of this series so far has been Viking all the way. And Bald, they just need to try and get a couple lads together and find some kills, because they're kind of in recovery mode right now.
My concern is, where's your tempo coming out for the side of Bald right now, right? You've got the Mars, if he lands a good arena, but it feels like the way that Viking's playing, aside from the PA, right? They've kind of, you know, given her some breathing room, just going to allow, oh, Boom just finds his courier.
Oh, the second courier there.
Time. He has his items this time around, though.
Yeah.
Not going to lose anything. But I guess that's the big thing I'm concerned about, because this Axe is not ready to fight.
No, that's the main thing here. Bald's pressure came from inside the laning phase, bringing in the numbers, utilizing the Jug spin, maybe killing the Tidehunter, bringing a hero top, your spear onto the PA, double stun of the Hoodwink into Nyx, and then maybe you can kill there as well. But outside of laning phase, they are locked into having items and being just well positioned to find these kills, and they're just slowly TPing heroes to the top, to the bot lane, in a hope to try and get that numbers advantage. But already disconnected, already away from the engagement. Viking might look to turn though.
No detection.
They don't see Boom here, and they still have Kai'Sa. He's got Ravage if he wants to go in. All right, they'll go in with the Omni Slash. It's a lot of it going here over onto Aramis. It's like they're not going to commit, though. As Boom goes down, and Aramis also will fall to the spin.
Question. Was it Invis Rune just running out, or did he just reveal himself because cockiness?
I feel like in that, we'll see the most likely a replay in a second to confirm or deny, but the idea of Vikings play there, it was controlled aggression that can be perceived as maybe cockiness in the fight there. Yeah, so he
just straight up reveal himself while the rest of his team is too far away and then just dies.
So yeah, Viking were trying to bait out a fight. They thought they had the damage initially. But yeah, when Kezu's not in the position to ravage, that's when you can't really fight, so. Yeah, Viking just looking to try and do a little bit too much there. But props to Board to capitalize on that over-aggression, if you want to call it, and getting the kill.
We do have the Vanguard online now for Excalibur, so he's starting to do a bit of recovering. It's been a bit of a long road, though, here, especially when you consider they don't have the greatest means of, you know, initiation necessarily in the fights, if that arena is, of course, down. Double damage. Is that the second double damage over here on Boom?
There's been a lot of DDs so
he's
far.
Just chasing down Gork here. He's got the Remnant. The spin comes out from Gork, trying to buy a little bit more time.
Will he tip him?
Boom. Will he go for? Oh.
Is he going to tip, though? Is he going to tip?
There it is.
That's a Viking tweet right there. Just content being produced. Congratulations, Viking. You just got a freebie.
It's fine.
I mean, Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Pablo, though.
Now you got the
Hello.
flame guard.
Followed up with a good bushwhack. A couple of these acorns and a pew coming out for 5 up top lane, though. Do you see
Yes,
some of these
and then
kisses
Gold
coming out?
retaliation.
Gorg retaliation over to Boom. And Rajic falls in the top lane.
Gorg knew. He knew. Tip warfare at its finest right now.
There's a nice little stack over here for Excalibur. It's going to be able to clean that up.
Yeah, Board are going to be looking to do the same thing that they kind of did in game 1, where laning phase wasn't great, but it's their grouping that they're going to lean towards. I'd like to see Axe maybe go for a blink earlier to find pickoffs onto the Ember. I guess the main thing there is your damage is now coming from Mars Arena and then Sharpshooter of the Hoodwink. Outside of that, it's a little bit underwhelming, but Board need to start making some group moves because the farming efficiency of PA Ember completely outweighs that of like an underfarmed Juggernaut. He's not that underfarmed, but if the map gets a bit smaller, that's when difficulty's going to rise. They are starting to group up though, which is a good indication of Board trying to find that window to have some type of lead in this game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Viking kind of just wandering around here in the woods. Feels like they're not quite exactly sure where they want to go next. Boom picking up the illusion rune. Looks like they're going to make their way towards the bottom area of the map.
Yeah, both teams seemingly have enough of the skirmishes for a little while. Is there any kind of big item that we are waiting for on either side? I would imagine the side of Team Bald is ready to fight before Viking in general.
I think Axe just needs to have, honestly, with phase boots, he can start running around and applying some pressure. There's no way he can wait for like a Manta or for a Blink. It's just a little bit too long, especially when PA is already now 6k net worth. And then for Juggernaut, he's got the Javelin right now. I assume that's just completing the Maelstrom.
Yep.
But yeah, I'd just like to see him right now. They have levels. They have the ability to smoke up and make a play.
Do they still have smokes?
Yeah, I'd assume so. I'll have a little butchers.
They don't have one at the moment in their inventories, but can they still buy some?
There's none coming out. Feels
There's
bad,
a lot of couriers also.
Pretty quick Maelstrom.
Just coming out.
But yeah, for Board, they need to start trying to fight because just like this Anti-Mage game we just saw before, these heroes, PA, Anti-Mage, even like Troll to some degree, if they're the ones left alone at top net worth for 14, 15 minutes, getting over that hurdle of itemization is so difficult.
Oh. You know someone's there. Oh, and they... Okay, I'll be quiet.
Oh?
They found him.
They found Shad.
All right.
Roll in, though, followed up here. Immediately drop the arena. This kiss has come out, and that's just so much magic damage over here onto Rajic. Over on the back lines, though, we do get a call off. Can they burst down KZ? Now, not quite able to just yet. 5 up does fall, and Pablo slowly getting clicked down here. The rest of the team, Bald on the run. Shad blinking forward, he's got a dagger. We'll be able to slow down Excalibur, and they do have the healing ward up. Boom. Slowly closing in here. We'll be able to hold Gork into place. Immediately, the spin comes out, though. It's a bit of a chase here, so... Spike Viking, had enough. We'll back off, and PA right back up to that top lane to continue her farm.
Yeah, the initial setup for that fight, Board... oh, guys, we got the PA, but unfortunately didn't have that extra bit of damage to kill her. PA into Mars, you have that blink to get out of the arena, and that alone was a big enough disconnect to give Viking enough time to, react to the engagement, get off the Ravage, and now you have all this layered damage on top. So a little bit unfortunate for Board. They were trying to make a move. It's pretty good finding the PA like that, but just, again, they lack the damage right now. Like, the way that they kill a hero is they need Nyx, Hoodwink, Jug and Mars, all to basically hit PA equally. If they ever do any spell differently, most likely PA will survive.
Going for a sweep over here in the triangle area. You're going to notice that Aramis is trying to go for some stacks, so they could potentially take those away.
This is nice. At least they're trying to break down at least the jungle economy, something they kind of lacked in game 1, but game 2, they're invading. They are applying some pressure with no Ravage.
Here they go, though. Viking pincering around the side, not realizing here as Boom is invisible. Immediately, the hold up over here on the side. The Blob Aramis. Not going to be available for this fight at all. Sharpshooter connecting over on Snapfire. Pablo getting into position. Nice sidestep, though, off to the side for the Carapace. And they'll follow up with a nice arena. Cookie Hop out here for Celery. Boom. It looks like he might just get left behind her as he is taunted up. The TG branch is even getting dropped.
Will Gorg tip him?
Rajix.
Moxie, will Gorg tip him, or is it already forgotten? It's a 1-for-1 right now. Okay, no tip.
No tip.
Gold's focus. That's fine. I respect that. But no, yeah, Board, like the Hoodwink went for a Veil. I love this item on Hoodwink because when you go for a Yules, you just basically become a budget leaner. But with a Veil, you're enabling all your damage, but everyone else in your team. So yeah, like that. But they're going aggressive. They're breaking down the map. PA just got Battle Fury, but wasn't able to access that Ancient stack.
Rajix now is just going to get tossed right back. Good Hoodwink stun overall from the sides. Mortimer Kiss is coming out. Not quite enough damage. Eventually, though, they'll take down Rajix thanks to Shad. And it's a good amount of damage coming out from Sharpshooter, but not enough to take down Aramis.
Yeah, both teams are playing around their ultimates pretty well. You know, one team doesn't have Ravage, you use your Arena. One team doesn't have Arena, you're now picking off the Mars. So, yeah, a lot of back and forth here. And PA's at 8k, and this time Gorg's sitting at like 7.5, 7.6. Not all doom and gloom.
The gold difference is indeed not there. It's just been very even in terms of map control as well.
Ooh, Excalibur's close to Blink as well, about 200 gold away.
Nice.
So it's kind of critical. Bald's able to bait out a fight, Kezu waste Ravage, and then you look for the post-fight, win that, go Roshan. That's kind of Bald's kind of big picture plan right now and what they're going to be aligning themselves to. But they don't have much aggressive vision out right now, so all these plays will be difficult. It will be off the back of most likely a smoke or just kind of good understanding. As we see on the minimap, that line drawn, it isn't advantageous for aggression on the side of Bald.
I mean, on the plus side, right, they do have something like an X-Assassin who's going to be able to give them a lot of information, the way that he moves about the map. And they do have a sentry or two down, but it's definitely, you know, Pablo's got the ability to just walk away from any particularly unfavorable engagement, as long as there's not too many.
Ooh. I like the items from Viking, actually. They're going to go for, on Ember Spirit, they're going for Sanj Kaya, and for PA, going Sanj and Yasha. So you're going to have basically two heroes who will be able to be so tanky in front lining, the lack of control, right? They only die between an Impale, a Bushwhack, a Call, or a Spear. These aren't big team fight, they're smaller spells. And that's where status resistance against small spells, it feels so much better. And now you have your position 1 and 2 with those items, with status resist, and your Tidehunter with Kraken Shell to purge it off. I think Bald are going to struggle getting any pick-off in this game when both of these cores complete their Sanj plus X component.
Well, it could be go time for them. They do finish up the Blink Dagger now for Excalibur, so I'd like to see them try to get the jump on perhaps Boom or whoever they can get the advantage on.
Yeah, they're hoping someone will come to defend that tier 2 top, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, Viking see straight through that, because if, again, just the way in which they've played, all their sentries, all their vision is tailored towards mid-bottom. If they're ever to play top, they're playing into the idea of Bald's kind of aggression, and that's where the pick-offs come into play. So yeah, Viking beautifully pushing in bot, but then now they're smoking straight in here.
No, they saw that smoke. We don't see properly the vision on the outpost with that, so they saw that smoke, I believe.
So now, Viking, they're going to look to potentially engage here. They have everything up. If they whiff this engagement, Bald can get Roshan. But this area, whoever wins the fight, Aegis is on the menu.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, is Team Bald holding the high ground for now?
They're going to collapse, though. They see Aramis, the jump forward. That's the Blink reveal. Should be able to try to just burst down this Earth Spirit. They have plenty of lockdown. The big dunk followed up with a Ravage, and the Mortimer Kisses coming in hot over here. They're not going to be able to take down Gork. He's got the spin. Pablo trying to get in position to cancel out those kisses, but they do get the arena again over here as Aramis just rolling on out here to the side. And they can't quite find the engagement that they want, as they do manage to go slow down Boom just a little bit. The cookie forward, jump forward from Boom. He wants to take down Pablo, sees Gork over on the back end, so Rajix has been left behind. Good spear away, though. We'll be able to buy him just a little bit more time, as off on the side. That's a big old bushwhack coming out. But can they do enough damage? Rajix falling, and now Shad is going to be forced to blink back away.
They're still chasing, though.
They are indeed still chasing, but can they get their hands on them is the question. Boom, going forward with that remnant here. Already hightailed it out.
Oh, they're pinging the DD.
Yeah, Roshan.
Another one for
DD,
Boom.
no Mars, and no Mars Arena even when he is back up.
Yeah, Shad's bottling up as well. There's no Omni Slash, there's no Arena. This could be a time that Viking might look to instantly pressure Roshan, but or at least smoke up and play after. That fight, that engagement, it was an instant picker from Bald, a nice Ravage from Kezu to keep them in the area, but both teams just lacked a little bit of damage to ever kind of get that kill.
Ooh, the taunt off, though, over here. Celery with the cookie trying to just go and stun up. GG Branch is getting dropped, but looks like Excalibur's still going to survive. Oh, Aramis immediately the impale followed up off here as Gork now over on the side is going to try to man fight, try to take down Aramis. He is forced to spin away. The rest of the team here immediately speared over here to the side. The follow-up, the dunk comes out. They'll take down Shad. And now, again, can they take down this Tidehunter? Yes, they will. They'll be able to find the kill. And Celery trying to teleport out. He can't do it. It's a triple kill now. For Excalibur.
Who will take
everywhere.
Roshan?
Dunk on dunk on dunk.
Boom, you got a little bit too greedy, my friend. He's taunted. The GG branch gets dropped down. Bam.
Oh, that could have been the
And
corner.
there's the
And then
tip.
Rajic tips him. Okay, because Rajic, he's like, boss man, Gog, you're not going to tip once again. I got you, brother.
Maybe he's out of tip. Maybe Gork's out of tips.
No. He's not tipped enough
We
this
have
game.
talked about it. It is Monday. Tuesday is the day
It's
that
a lobby,
tips.
though.
Yeah, but you don't get 3. You get whatever you have left.
But in lobbies, you just have tips.
Oh, no.
You have like 3 tips,
You have
right?
whatever you have left for the week.
In a lobby?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's confirmed stats? Wow.
As far as I'm aware, yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
You don't have 3 just every lobby.
I thought that's what you
if
did.
If you have 2 left at the end, you can use 2 in your lobby time and time again in the lobby.
Oh,
Guys, where was the Roche?
This is a good question. They didn't get the DD, or rather, obviously Viking already picked that earlier. Maybe they don't really have that good of a Roche lineup, I guess.
Yeah, I just like the fact that Board is able to pressure the overconfidence of Viking. Like Shad still, he was taking every single fight without the Sanj and Yasha.
This is looking like a very dead Excalibur.
Oh no.
Even grabbing up that regen rune. They'll turn around. They have their vision over here on Pablo. That's a smushed little bug.
Ambitious
and
TP.
Yeah, like the point. So
into the pit.
Board did a really good job at pressuring, and then it's just that
they want Gork.
post-aggression. Oh no.
Look at the courier over on Rajix. A little bit of that whip coming out from Hoodwink. It's too late for 5 up, and it's too late for Rajix.
One by one they fall, and yeah,
Revenge
unfortunately,
has been had.
Yeah, Board. Like I said, they did a great job at having that type of engagement, but then they get a little bit relaxed after it. They get a little bit comfortable, and that's where I can instantly see through that. Finally, Shad has got his Sanj and Yasha in him. He is able to frontline and play as confident as he is, because with that status resistance, like I mentioned, the 4 quite weak stuns they have, it isn't really going to be a problem. With an Aegis as well, Board's next fight, they have 2 options. Wait out the Aegis and look to play around the Aegis respawn time because PA won't have a BKB or something. Or you just run head on, hope you get the perfect initiation with Viking maybe not being in position ready.
Well, despite everything, it's still about a 2k net worth lead over here as Gork just forced to spin out and teleport away.
So what's Gorg packing right now? Okay, he has the Maelstrom, he has the SMY. Soon to be active, he's only about 1,000 gold away from that. Yeah, he has done a very good job at farming in this game. I'll give him that. But like, he basically needs like MKB Abyssal to then really become like a threat. Because right now he's an enabler, but doesn't really do enough damage because PA has the blur to disengage, Ember has the remnants, and if you're killing a Tidehunter with Omni Slash, it never feels that great. Same again for the support duo. So even though Gorg's got farm, it isn't translating in the game straight away. He does need a little bit more, and that is just the disparity of a Jug into PA matchup.
He needs to be so careful because there is the smoke over on Viking, but they're gonna have a follow-up here. Looks like smoke coming out from Team Bolt as well. Immediately, Pablo, the jump forward. Go and follow up with the Ravage, and they do have a nice arena, but Pablo is going to be the first fault. They have all this damage with these Snapfire Kisses. They'll take down Excalibur over on the back lines. Rajix also to fall. 5 up now, trying to scurry away as fast as he can through these trees. Hunt is on, though. Roll forward, the break, the follow-up. Is Gork going to be able to get a kill? He can't quite find it, unfortunately. Aramis, though, he does fall.
That was the Omni Slash as well, so Gorg's not going to feel too happy about that, and Viking just ruthless. When they have the Aegis, they have no cares. They're just running at them. They played like this before Aegis, before items, and now when they have the items and the Aegis, they're just going to do it, 2 times more. This is the most difficult part of the game now for Bull, because if they want to have a chance to have that comeback, it's surviving the onslaught of advantage that Viking has in this window.
Gotta wait it out. Hope that they can get a fight where they have more gold and don't face an Aegis on
exactly
the PA.
that.
And
Power
obviously
Rangers
Boom with the
TPs.
DD rune. Ooh.
Yeah, they want to defend this tower.
The rainbow
did?
TVs, yeah. They're all coming in, bless them. Do they have a smoke? They do. This is some Hail Mary stuff from Board right now.
You sound like an old Southern woman, like the British version, though. They're like, well, Bless their hearts.
I mean, bless their
They
cottons.
gave it a good
Yeah,
shot.
all right, here you go. This is the English version.
If you're Southern, that means something completely different, Cheever.
Oh.
Bless their cotton socks. They're trying, but it's throwing it into the wind.
Oh, the jump forward, though, they do manage to go and grab Boom. Can they follow up, though? The Bushwhags, they got a couple of those hits in with that freshly finished Agnum Scepter. Is it going to be enough, though, to finally take down Boom? They get Boom, and they get Excalibur, though, as well, as there's this big old arena. And they do apply the break over here to the PA. Chad has to be a little bit careful. He's ticking down. It's going to be the Aegis. Gorg now trying to run away. Does have that whip coming out from Magic. Says, get out of here, boss man. We get down, Mr. President. And they're going to try to just keep going. Can they find Pablo? Yes, the dagger.
Dead.
Right over. And just popping that little bug here, 5 up, scurrying out, trying to just get enough space here. That dagger, though, making a beeline. Aramis, the silence, everything. And eventually they'll get the kill on Hoodwink.
How did he have 2 dagger crits in a row? Oh, that's support life. Feels bad.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They do such a nice job at punishing Vikings' aggression in like the initial pickoff, but it's one of those things where like if you don't get the pickoff, Viking have an insane lead. If they get the pickoff, they're so far like behind in just their draft and what it brings, they can't take the fight after the pickoff. So it's props for the initial jump, but then the Viking just playing really well around. It doesn't matter if Boom's died here because we already have this PA to play around and. Too many layers in Vikings draft, and this window of the game is just so favored towards what Viking has.
And if they don't spear someone to the wall from the arena, then the arena is like, okay, I guess we're fighting here, but everybody's melee or can jump in. So
everyone's jumping in and out.
So nobody cares about the arena unless Regix gets a good spear off, which he does at times. But I mean, previous fight was. It's like, okay, I guess we're fighting in this bit now, and it works out for Viking,
It's just so hard for them to do anything at this point because, you really needed a bit of more of like a snowbally sort of thing, and now, they've hit their item timings, they've had very good initiations.
But the tenacity of board, though, even though that you can feel that they're behind and they're feeling like they're lacking a little bit of damage here, they're always, crossing the river, they're always trying to make something happen. Excalibur showing mid, all the lads in the top area, like, they're looking for pickoffs non-stop, but Viking just aren't giving them those moments. You see how defensive Snapfire was defending that tier 2. She wasn't using Cookie or Scatterblast until she was like, okay, now I feel safe to at least do it with the threat of Nyx Carapace always around.
Yeah, I must say, Bald is also doing a good job at keeping the waves as pushed out as possible without really risking too much of their life.
Ooh, Regix. You went and you cursed him.
You cursed it.
Silence. Top Celery's here, just gonna get rid of some of that pesky armor, and Boom will collect.
Well, it'll have to happen at some point.
Who's going to die next, Shiva? You control their fate.
Who are you cursing now, Sheaves?
I think Gorg. Because... No, he's fine. He's fine.
Content.
No. He was fine. He has 5 up behind him. 5 up has Solar Crest. Solar Crest make Gorg strong.
Is that your official analysis?
My official analysis.
That was sort of like nice fluid sentences. Solar Crest make Gorg strong.
It's working.
I mean, it's helping for sure. They need to be careful here. The invasion is coming in here from Viking, and you can see the way that Bulgit just backing off. Trying to get into a more advantageous position.
I guess there's still tier 1 tower for Viking to take down in the top lane. Free money.
And Viking mean business when Kezu already has the gem picked up. So as soon as they start flooding the map aggressively, they're going to be closing out the vision game as well. And as well, board, their entire lineup is about the pickoff. You need vision for that. Right. So Viking, they've itemized against pickoff. They bought the gem and the vision game for the pickoff. So just quite a nice clean game, other than a couple pickoffs from Viking. But how can board find that window? They need to have Viking just have one moment of kind of sloppiness where they maybe TP out and leave someone behind, and then they smoke in straight away to get that kill.
But the problem is a lot of the times the waves are already pushed out so far. So even if they do manage to get these kills, you're not able to take an objective off of it.
Yeah, for now, for board, I think they'd be happy with just a kill. Right? Like, the position this game's in, they just need to be able to start netting a couple kills, get Gorg to that window where he has MKB +1, and the game can easily be back in their side based on some high ground defense.
That's asking Viking to make a lot of mistakes, though, which I don't think they're going to necessarily put out for them.
That's true, but also mistakes don't even need to be mistakes, because Viking, their draft has issues going into high ground. True. When you're a PA going into tier 3s against an Axe, you never feel too confident, and it's why this game is a little bit slower than the previous, is because Viking just understands we do need to have kind of one more item on each of our cores to be able to even poke our heads up to this area, and most likely in Aegis as well. And that's where Board, they have a window to play around that. Like, that's why we see Jug second net worth. It's because Vikings playing more for their own timings rather than respecting their opponent's timings.
I'm concerned. Rajic just picked up a BKB, which is nice because it's going to enable him to be able to move around a bit more and not be stunned up. But I'm concerned that the damage coming out now from Viking, especially coming out just from Shad alone, is still going to just make that, okay, you live a little bit longer. And I guess maybe that can turn the tide in a fight if you manage to get like a really good spear or something. But I'm a bit concerned.
More solar crests.
Well, yeah, again, like they luckily have the cover because it's like Axe versus PA. Axe can do some work there. The Jug with the MKB locking down the PA as well. That can also do some work. So they don't rely heavily on Radix, but okay.
Aeon Disc, though, coming in handy as they'll go over to the side and they'll be able to find Pablo. Gets us by Carapace, gets us a call off as well. There it is. There's that arena that we were looking for. They do manage to take down Casey, so they're not going to have that Ravage. The buyback, though, coming out now from Tidehunter is over on the back lines. They do finally manage to take down Boom as well. The roll forward here coming out from Aramis. They'll be able to secure Excalibur's kill, and they still have their eyes down over here on the side of Aramis. Shad now needs a bit of help. He needs someone to bling to. He's all stunned up. They have the control. The kisses are getting tossed out, though. Do they have the spear? Over onto the other ground. Is it going to be enough? He's actually able to run away. Oh, at the last second. Even with the Ravage, they still will be able to get the kill on Shad. 5 up to fall. As they're gonna try. Oh, the buyback's coming out en masse. They're not happy about this at all as Boom makes his way over. They're focusing down Gork here on the side. Does have the couple of slash coming out though. Turn back around, manages to get the kill on Celery, but eventually Gork will fall.
That was a really good fight from Board in the reaction, but right now this is the game-deciding moment. Viking, they use all their buybacks to win this fight because they know Roshan's coming up soon. The question is from Board, are they going to have that ability to see through what buybacks are and contest this Roshan? Because if you get the Aegis towards Viking, this fight win just feels like it goes even. But Board is a big victor from this fight because the amount of just economy Viking used to even get even in this. But it's mainly just the aggression from Viking. Like they're not respecting Board in how they're taking these fights because they are just going one by one poking, and of course Kezu does die at the very start with an ineffective Ravage because he has to TP back in after a buyback. But
surely they know that this is happening though.
They have to.
They have to.
Like, yeah, this is...
Gork can buy back. I mean, there's nothing to TP to, so he's not going to be there that fast.
They don't know the Ravage too, so this is the opportunity if they can get any sort of a jump here. But
and Arena's up.
Just nothing to TP to, so Gork's probably like, I don't need buyback. And this could honestly be the make or break moment in the game for Board because if they win the next fight into Aegis, that's amazing. You know, there's no buybacks now on Viking, but the question is, do they have the damage to kill PA twice? Yeah. I don't think so. So I'd love to see Board contest this Roshan and play on the fact that they had buybacks. Like Axe, he had a respawn, didn't have to use buybacks. Same with Hoodwink, same with the rest of them. But unfortunately, they started to invest in themselves rather than their buybacks, and this could be an issue. A lot of tier 1 teams, they utilize buybacks really well. Viking this time, they did have to use their buybacks off their own mistakes rather than it actually really capitalizing on a one engagement.
Yeah, that was it was very ballsy running up that enemy triangle without proper vision.
Kezu getting Omni Slash, Swift Slash down to 0.
Definitely a little ambitious. Obviously worked out with the buybacks, but...
Game's a lot closer than I thought it'd be. I thought this was moving towards Viking, getting a clean fight, a clean Roshan, and then them most likely commanding the tail end of this game. But yeah, Board, they just keep swinging. They are really leaning on the individual kind of prowess of these players, and it is showing. When they get a defensive fight, they look very scary. It's when they look to be proactive, and I guess that's the main thing here. They haven't really been proactive, and it's why they're kind of clinging on to the game, but not really building their own kind of lead and footing into the game.
Would you then say the same thing about Viking? Because so far Viking has been really good when they are defensive.
Oh, Aramis runs right into this Hoodwink. Immediately the trees are just ripped down, and that should be a dead 5 up.
Yeah, back
More?
to...
Did they find him in time? No.
No. He's good. He's good. But back to your point, I think if anything, Viking's been over-aggressive. I feel when Viking plays against teams that are kind of in a lower tier than them, or at least they expect to be better, they often just go super over-aggressive, and it's why they often drop games to these teams, is because they just play with so much confidence. And
the confidence turns into cockiness.
Yeah, just positional players, and sometimes your draft doesn't have that cushioning. But right now, their draft is cushioned by this, so they honestly can play like this because they took the fight, they had the buybacks, they got the Aegis, they can kind of follow the plan of we are still going to be able to win this game with this
And
style.
Gorg has an MKB now, so a legit threat to that PA.
And then PA has an Abyssal, so now she also is a threat to the
Oh,
Juggernaut. So
okay.
who jumps who? And with Aegis advantage, Viking does have a little bit of a lead with that one.
Yeah. Quite a bit, I'd say.
All right.
Oh, they're smoking up into the Aegis, into the Abyssal.
They don't expect this. Or do they?
I don't know. They're playing
Oh,
very
but
close
Kezu.
by.
But look at Kezu solo smoking right now because he identified he cannot be picked off. He needs to get a Ravage off. That is instrumental. Smoke breaks.
Double
Hype's
damage
over.
bottom. If this, if Chad can get that.
And then Boom's
Oh, he's not
Boom's
gonna get
going
that in
for
time.
it.
Oh, they're
Boom
gonna
sees it.
get
Kezu does get spotted out here by Pablo.
instant Kraken.
Ooh, Rajix though. Spear forward. Shad going in. Rest of the team not really in position just yet, so he has to be careful. The bushwhack will hold Shad in place for a little bit.
Boom picked up the DD, I believe.
It's a minute 55 left on Aegis, so Viking, this is their time to go. We want to fight right now and use this Aegis, or Board can try and poke and prod and bait out the fight.
Boom found himself a hoodwink, and they used the Mortimer's kisses though. A little bit premature, so a bit of a window here now for the side of Team Bold. Don't have to worry about that. Gorg finding himself Kezu here. The spin immediately though. Shad with the bash hit over onto Pablo. They get the Kant off. Are they going to be able to get? No, Kezu will not have a Ravage for this fight. He has no buyback either.
He just
Whack
died.
over here,
He
push
literally
away.
just died.
I don't want to say he just fed, but Kezu.
Oh, and there it is. There's the call from Excalibur. It's going to drag back the break again over on PA. Immediately the blink away. Boom. Sitting a little bit further back. Celery trying to be in a good position as well as the PA diving back in again. All those daggers coming out. And again, there it is. There's the fight over to the wall. The cookie hop forward though. Buys a little bit more time here for Shad. And that's going to be a dead Aramis. Excalibur also falling, though. It's coming right back up again. Do they have the lockdown? Are they going to be able to do it? Good call coming out now from Excalibur. He bought back for this. Shad, though, just going to stand over here on Gorg. Can he finish him off is the question. Yes, down he will go thanks to Boom. They'll get the kill on Rajix. The dive is coming in hot, too, because they want to take down Excalibur. They know he just bought back. And they should have the damage. Oh, you have to hit him one more time, though, guys. Boom, though. Again, Rajix pinning them away.
And yeah, Board just doesn't have buybacks. So Gorg, he invested in himself into items, and yeah, he's missing it from gold alone. The Viking coming out on top, even without a Ravage.
I mean, it wasn't the cleanest of fights.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't pretty, but...
Hey, it worked for Team Viking. However, they're not actually getting anything off the back of it. They are literally just going back. So that means they won't have an Aegis for the next fight, and there won't be any racks taken at the moment. So we're at a status quo again.
It's pretty good for Board, but I think this is why it goes back to when Viking took that fight mass bought back for Aegis. This is the reason why I wanted Board to contest it, because this fight alone, like the way Viking are playing right now, if they didn't have an Aegis, they're wiped.
Careful, Pablo. A rather careful Boom, because they immediately follow up. They have the break. They just pin him over to the tree, and an acorn bonk. Rajix will get the kill.
Yeah, Viking are just not respecting Board right now, and it's showing.
Oh, the jump in, though, here immediately from Shad. He'll just delete Pablo. The BKB coming out from Rajix now, too. Shad, he wants this. He's got to be a little careful, though. Thinking about diving. Look at him, Shad.
Ooh.
Shad, what you doing there, buddy? That's not your home.
If he
Just
stays
make it
there
a little
long enough,
detour.
squatting rights, he can actually take over.
That is true. Guess it depends on which country you're in, yeah?
Nah, that's true. Yep.
They managed to clear up these creep waves pretty quickly, though, here.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a good sign here for Team Bold. They do have that defense, and of course the Agnum Shard on Rajix will also make sure that they can clean up the creeps.
Oh, we're going to see a replay of this fight. Kezu gets the Swift Slash on him. He tries to disconnect away from the spin, holding his ultimate to try and punish Gorg after that spin, but it lasts so long. Excalibur comes in with the dunk, and then from that, we're now just going to see a chase down of poke and prod damage from Viking. The Aegis value coming into effect here. And this will work Board. If this was a little bit closer, without an Aegis, they crushed this fight. This is amazing for them. But alas, doesn't really happen. And then Gorg dies. Feels bad, man.
It's fine.
And then Mars dies. And then Axe dies. Eventually. It's a pretty long highlight, to be honest. It's a pretty long fight.
It was a very long fight.
I was trying to work out when it was going to end.
You're gonna put me out of a job here, T. You keep up with that play-by-play.
I mean, I just say what's the short and sweet. That's how I do it.
Well, the short and sweet of it is, waiting for the next road.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
I don't want to be okay. I don't think any single person watching a game ever wants to hear, and the team's waiting for next stages to make a play.
Well, one just died.
Yeah.
Let's wait for the next.
There we go.
That means we have 2 fights on the horizon, though, because it means we have the fight over the Roshan. We saw how much emphasis both teams put on that, so I like to see that. And then afterwards, we got a fight with the Aegis as well. So
we're going to wait about 30 seconds, 25 seconds until the next Roshan respawns. Really exciting stuff.
Very cool.
I think for viewer entertainment, we'd like it to be like 5 seconds so that we get a massive clash straight away. But knowing our luck, it'll be about 2 minutes.
Yeah, but now you get the... Hold on, guys. You get the build-up. You get the fact that you can see Team Ball, they're playing on that upper side of the map. They go for a smoke, too. They know that this Rosh is going to be so incredibly important.
But
so
look,
they're going to
Viking.
go quietly.
They're going to do the same.
River.
They're all grouped up.
Yeah, but Viking has not smoked yet.
Yet.
Oh, wait.
Here we go.
Mate, a minute. I'll take that.
All right.
Oh, they
Keizu
dropped down.
walking in first. Can they stun him? Immediately, Swift Splash coming into play here. This immediately, though, a little bit too far over here. Aramis, though, he does get taunted up. He does have an Aeon disc as well. Shad jumping in. Big Arena coming through, and it doesn't seem to matter. They get off that Omni Slash. It doesn't do it as they follow with the Ravage. And they're just so tanky as a backline. Shad just chasing down Excalibur. He wants to get this kill. Boom, following up here, trying to get the slides off. Does manage to get the root off over here onto Excalibur. He will fall. Mortimer Kiss is coming in hot. The zoom firming here from Boom. He's looking for this opening. Wants to just take down 5 up. He wants to also take down Gork too, but not quite finding it as maybe he's going just a bit too far. Immediately sliding away. You can see Keizu Dagger getting tossed out over here. Will slow down Gork. They need to get just a little bit closer. There it is. A nice roll in coming out from Aramis. They'll get the kill on Shad over on the back lines. 5 up is left. Oh, a Lotus Scatter Test to the face. And then...
Well, and then you don't need an Aegis. Roshan is up at the moment, but they know Excalibur doesn't have buyback.
Hi, Roshan. Hi. Yeah, that's now meaningless in this game because Viking just did a really nice job in that fight. Unfortunately for Keizu, another whiffed Ravage. Not one of his finest games.
Oh no, Rajix.
Oh, buddy.
Rajix, he stepped outside the base. He thought maybe I could push out a wave. Maybe I could do anything to help my team.
Oh, Pablo tipping his teammate. Ooh, rifts within the... Tune into the YouTube highlights to find out if Pablo hates Rajix.
Team disband incoming, clearly.
Hey, one
Trouble
tip.
in paradise. That one tip, revealing everything. And look at the Shad just
Straight
like...
for the end. Get me out of this game. Yeah, all right.
Just finish.
That was Shad saying that. Of course, we just had the comms come bleed into the live production.
He has the same accent as you.
Crazy, honestly, yeah.
Buyback coming out now from Gork. Not sure how he can approach us as Pablo is kind of moving around here. Not going to be able to quite finish off this. Oh, Shad just jumping in immediately over onto Gork. The follow-up, though. Nice stun impale coming out. Get a couple of these slides off. They'll be able to take down Pablo. Buyback coming out immediately from the Nyx. They'll lose Gork. Gork, he doesn't have any buyback.
I think that's it, Moxie.
I think that is.
That's just going to be GG.
Yeah. I mean, all right. Excalibur's going to try to drag him into the fountain here. Immediately, the bounce back, though. All right. Yeah, the
Like
GG does
conveyor
get
belt
called.
of survival.
Yeah. Like a roller coaster.
What a weird game.
Strange game.
That was very strange.
Very strange.
I mean, props to Viking. Like, you can see, even though, like, the way in which we phrase their game plan of, like, the aggression, potential cockiness, it is always cushioned by the fact that they are taking fights in areas where, if they are to die, it's not the end of the game. It's not like they're suddenly throwing away their lead. They always held the lead. So you have to respect Viking for that style of gameplay. It's a little bit sloppy sometimes, but yeah, they were just commanding. And I think the itemization was really nice for this type of game. You stack the status resistance, you play for poke and prod, and yeah, they were just the better team at the end of the day.
That's, the case. I think, though, I mean, the result's obviously 2-0. And you're saying that Viking does often play down to the level of their opponents.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that there were a lot of good fights from Bald as well.
Yeah,
like, this was definitely not the walkover that I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I think the main thing is simply Bald's fights were good, because they had reactionary fights. In Dota 2, when you're reacting, it's so much easier to TP people in, play around your towers and take the fight. And that's what every single fight Bald did well in, was because of that. The thing that they lacked was grouping up, smoking, and getting a kill on the other side of the river to stop farm. And that's where Viking kind of punished that, because they were like, well, if we keep running at them, we're always going to be farming behind that as well. So yeah, just a little bit of disparity in how to win the game. But yeah, Bald, they showed that they can execute nicely in the fights. It's just, how do they get to a point where they can have a commanding lead was the issue.
Yep, was the issue here today. We're going to, of course, talk more about this game and talk to one of the winners, but only after the break.
When this is over, I will come to you, come back to you. When this is over, we'll be free. When this is over, we will touch just like we did before. When this is over, you will see. Yeah. When this is over, I will run to you. I'll run to you. When this is over, we'll be free. Yeah. When this is over, I will hold your hand. I'll hold your hand. When this is over, when this is over, no more hide behind a wall. Can hear the voice of freedom call. When this is over, I will run to you. I'll run to you. When this is over, we'll be free. Ooh. When this is over, I will hold your hand. I'll hold your hand. When this is over, when this is over. When this is over, I will run to you. I'll run to you. When this is over, we'll be free. When this is over, I will hold your hand. I'll hold your hand. When this is over, when this is over.
A lot more of a close game here in game 2 compared to game 1, but the result is the same. That means that Viking is taking the series 2-0 against Team Bald Reborn. This is, of course, the lower division of the Western European DPC League, and you are watching DreamLeague Season 15, powered by Intel. I'm here with Moxie and T-Gov, and we're gonna break this game down. This game, we started out saying that Excalibur, he got that axe as a 10th overall pick, and he should be the one to take the team on his back and carry things through. I always write down what we say after the draft because oftentimes it's just not valid at all. In this case, it was not, because Axe had a tough lane mid T.
Yeah, Aramis was a thorn in his side. Even if you get to counter pick a mid, when you have a 2v1 situation, even though if it's not the entire time for its mid, it's the constant pressure of him moving towards the lane that's scary, and it's kind of had to play around that. He tried to go jungle, instantly stopped. He tried to then reset his lane, Ember's pressuring him, so I think, unfortunately for Excalibur, he was heavily shut down throughout this entire series, but that's just Viking identifying who kind of the win condition is on this team, and they played around that pretty well.
Yeah, anything to add to that, Moxie?
No, I mean, like we said, it's a lot of just, putting Excalibur in a position that's going to be able to, scale very well, be able to dump out the physical damage. Usually Gork is over on the position that's basically, trying to create that tempo. And it felt like this time around, just a little bit of identity crisis going on. They couldn't figure out who wanted to do what where. The axe, I didn't really love it in the mid lane, honestly. I feel like there's better positions to put it, and maybe they just felt kind of boxed in. I don't know what the mindset was behind that.
Don't know what the mindset was behind that either, but it didn't get them the victory because instead it was Viking taking the victory, and we get to talk to one of the players. It is Celery. Hey, Celery, how you doing?
Hello, good evening. I'm doing fine.
How bad are you feeling for not picking Pudge, even though your poll clearly stated that you should pick Pudge?
We feel lied to.
Yeah,
like a 40-something%
he won.
right there.
It was a clear
Let's take a look at the poll. I mean, the poll said what hero will feature in our game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know. People guessed Pudge. I think it was a good guess.
You're the captain. You give certain implications when you do that. You're like, okay, you know what? Game 2, they're game up. Certainly, this will be the game.
If people are mad, they can tweet at Immortal Faith.
Okay.
Nice. Blame the coach. I like it.
There you go. I'm curious. You guys are obviously doing very, very well at the moment. You know, you're what now, 5-0. And on the rankings, Team Bald on paper definitely the weaker team. Do you set yourself other challenges when you know you're going up against weaker teams, other than just, you know, we want to win? But do you try to give yourself other challenges? I'm asking also because yesterday we heard VP say that they intentionally set themselves up to lose lane so that they could make a comeback, for example. But do you do stuff like that?
I mean, VP is a bit too good. We cannot do stuff like that. But I mean, of course, on paper we're a lot better than Bald, but their players are really not that bad. Like, yeah, they have some streamers, but they have some really good players. So it's kind of scary playing them because everyone, like even us, we feel like we have to win, but they're not that bad. Like, we still need to play good to win. They're very good players, but I think we played okay.
Coming out with the victory, definitely played okay.
My question was going to be, when Viking plays up against teams that are better than them, you play so exceptionally well. Like, it's very fun to watch. But when you play teams that are slightly worse than you, it feels like you play over aggressive and into them. Is that because potentially you treat the games differently depending on who you're playing, or is there anything to read into that potentially?
I mean, we don't try to do that. Maybe subconsciously a bit, but I think we're just a bit inconsistent. It's probably easier to be less aggressive against the better teams because there's less fighting, but I don't know. I think there's just still a lot of mistakes that we're making, which is why a lot of games feel closer than they should be.
Okay, that's fair.
It sounds like you've got a lot of respect, though, going over to, you know, the players over on Team Bald. How much research did you kind of do? You know, obviously some of them are streamers, but, you know, how much research did you spend looking at them and realizing, you know, okay, there was a lot of pressure on Excalibur that game, because it does seem like he's kind of this linchpin. Was there a lot of focus on that, or was it just, you know, we're just going to play our own game?
I mean, it's not me doing the preparation, it's our coach, but I don't think we do anything special for this team. Maybe we banned some Radix heroes in first phase because we know they're important for their draft. But besides that, we just play the game. They have Axe mid. We don't really care if it's Excalibur or anyone. You just want to punish the hero. It's not really about the player.
Okay, so you said, my final question, by the way, you said that they had some good players. Who do you think is the best player on Team Board?
Probably Radix right now.
Nice.
Maybe Excalibur.
Good answer.
But I like laning of Gork a lot, actually. He's one of the nicer carries to lane with him post.
Nice. Good
Maybe
answer.
because he listens to me, but...
There you have it, your Celery. Top one, yeah, given the orders.
There we go.
Does that mean that your own teammates don't listen to you?
Yeah, they do. But I don't play with them in the posts.
You mentioned quickly just now that Immortal Faith does a lot of the preparation for you guys. He does the preparation. Do you then have a pre-series meeting in terms of what he has prepared for the series, or will you just see it when the draft comes around?
I mean, if there's anything important, he'll let us know. But for the most part, I mean, our game plan stays the same. We know what heroes we like to play. And he's not going to tell us, I'm going to ban this hero first phase, just so you know, like, it's kind of pointless. It doesn't really change for us. We just prepare ourselves. If there's anything, he'll let us know.
And you can't say Twitch chat voted for Pudge, so you have to pick Pudge.
Twitch chat?
Twitter,
Twitter,
close enough.
I mean, it could have been Bald who picked Pudge.
Could have been.
That's why I put Pudge and Hoodwink in there, because I thought maybe Bald will pick them. Well, they picked Hoodwink twice.
Oh, they did it for you. That's it. You did the poll, and then they did the hard work. They picked the Hoodwink. It's actually a social media
they
ploy.
play those heroes. I just put them in the poll.
Smart. That's why they won because of social media.
They're planting the seed in their brain so that they would pick it. That's the next level play, guys.
It would have been more next level if Hoodwink was actually the winner of the poll, which wasn't the case.
Close. Maybe next time.
They need some practice, the voters.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Celery, we're going to let you go. Congratulations on the series once again, and I'm sure we'll talk to you more in the future.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. And that means Viking GG still very much undefeated here in the lower division. We can take a look at the standings and see where that also leaves Team Bald, because at the start of the series, we did say how important this series was for them, because we have a bit of a potential tiebreaker scenario coming our way, Moxie.
Tiny bit, yeah.
Tiny bit.
You know, it feels like Team Bald, they get a little bit of an edge. They get right out of that 7th place, and then unfortunately with this loss, they're going right back down again with the Hippomaniacs in 8th. So it's anybody's middle game here. It's pretty exciting. I like to see, you know, when things are very, very competitive.
Yeah, the main thing for this lower bracket is no bounty hunter. They control their own fate because they have to play Into the Breach and they have to play Chicken Fighters. So even though it looks pretty close right now...
Wait, do you not think that Into the Breach also then has control of their own fate? Or
sure, yeah, I mean...
Same story, right?
Yeah, same story. But like the main thing is that no bounty hunter, they're playing 2 of the tiebreaker teams compared to other teams where they have like 1 and 1 someone else. So no bounty hunter, they're 2-3, but they can control it. And I just, you know what? Do we want tiebreakers in lower division or do we want any teams kicked out?
What?
Nah, we want tiebreakers. No, I was trying to work out if I wanted, there's any team I didn't want to stay in low division from their performance, you know? Like I was trying to, you know, out some bad teams, but then I decided not to. I was trying to be edgy for the end of this panel.
Oh, I think we have actually got quite decent teams in our lower division, especially compared to last season.
Yes.
This is definitely...
Hey!
No, there's
you liars
definitely...
and you cheats and you match throwers,
well,
get out of here.
Those get out of here, but I think
mainly
also
the liars,
all the
though.
players
The
that
worst
played
ones.
in the Division 2 last season, I feel like they're showing their better side this season around as well. You know, we have a couple of the same suspects here.
Yeah, look at Level Up. You know, before when they were Spider Pigs, they do have a little bit of a roster change around, but you know they're looking real nice now that they have some more time to kind of get things in motion, get used to the meta.
Guess what? Stability in games played improves performance.
What?
Crazy. All right, let's take a look at what's happening.
Oh, sorry, wrong one. I meant to do... whatever.
Let's take a look at what's happening tomorrow, because we got 3 series coming your way. We have 1 lower division. We just heard T talk about it. It's Into the Breach versus No Bounty Hunter. One of these 2 teams will escape potential lower elimination tiebreakers by winning, obviously. One of them will win. And then on the upper division, we have Brame versus Hellbear Smashers. Now, Brame is on the up. We saw them take out Alliance just last week. Hellbear Smashers haven't gotten a single win just yet, so hopefully they are able to also break out of their rut, which they have done in some of the other tournaments. So curious to see if they also show some improvement there. And then our final series of tomorrow is Tundra versus Alliance. And also, again, Tundra has been looking better. And the question is simply, is Alliance back in full form, as they are still on top of the group of the upper division. But that was everything for today, because all of that is happening tomorrow. Any final words, T?
Oh, me first.
Yeah.
Team Bald might not get eliminated. Hippomaniacs will get eliminated. Viking looks cool. Kezu, bad Ravages. Kezu, play your sub games that you promise your sub Discord, but you never do it. Love you all. Bye.
That's a lot of last words. Any final words, Moxie?
I love Dota. Woo!
Woo! Also, rip to all the viewers, or viewers maybe as well. Rip to all the streamers on the side of Team Bald. With Team Bald losing today, it means that nobody's getting the 100 subs that Kyle was handing out to if they won anyway.
But he'll be giving them to Kezu. End the stream. Go. Shut down. Go.
Okay, well, the camera's already panned out so far that it's almost hitting the ceiling there. So with that, you know, good night. See you tomorrow for more Dota 2, for more Dream League Season 15, powered by Intel. T's already gone.
Go team.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.